Hey everybody, thank you for watching. This is me, Jefferson. Today we are doing something completely different. As you know, usually I will be interviewing people, different guests coming on here. Today I'm bringing few people on to be discussing some of the issues that are affecting Liberia development. And to the viewer out there, you should know that some of the people that I'm bringing on, they are individuals that have that are giving their opinion. So the channel is known for respect. My viewers are known for respecting people' opinion, and they're for respecting people' opinion. So when they come on here, you should know that this is my political and business contributor, Newton Bowie. I think that's the title I'm giving now. Um, how you doing, Nathan? I was just trying to tell our viewers that people that I bring on here, they will give their opinion because today we will be talking little politics and different issues that are affecting Liberia, and you can give your opinion on what you think. I will ask you a few things. I have a list of things we can be talking about from business to the Liberian election, um, to other things, the current situation in Liberia, like something that has to do with the appointment of Joseph Boakai, the Boakai new administration. What are some of the signs? While we are waiting for Prince to come on too, I want to first start with you to introduce you. This is Newton Bowie. He's a Liberian who based in the United States, Utah, but he's always going back to Liberia. He's always following everything Liberia. He's also a big supporter of Liberian who are doing something, including this platform. He's a super supporter of our platform. Um, he's also helping young African youth in Utah. So today he will be here giving his individual opinion, and we just want to have a normal discussion. And if you are out there, you want to come on the show to express, if we say something that you want to clarify or you want to express something, the link is in this video description. If you can find the link, you should comment here, and I will send you the link so you can come on here. But my friend Newt, how you doing today, my brother?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. It's a good day.
Mhm.
It's always good to be alive. I'm grateful to God
Yeah.
to be alive.
Yeah. How is it going? How is it going at your end? Is it California is raining? Been raining like 3 days straight. We are not used to the type of rain. And I don't know what is raining other places, especially your end.
Well, no, it's not raining. It's pretty cold, really,
Yeah.
really cold. Just quick, sometimes we have to be grateful to God. On Saturday, I have a social club, so we're at the social club.
Mm-hmm.
I did a soccer team when we have that program on Saturday. I said, "Hey, guys, I have to go for a soccer." After
Mm-hmm.
the soccer, went to the social club. I just got tired. I said, "Let me go back to the kitchen to lie down." The
Mm-hmm.
police were chasing. They were doing the chase. There's a guy who didn't have insurance.
Ooh.
Uh, so he was. I think he got out from jail some time ago, and he couldn't he could not go to a patrol officer or whatsoever parole
Already
officer.
officer, yeah.
Yeah, so they were running after him. They kind of hit his car, and he
Mm.
went straight into our building.
Oh my God. Where
Yeah,
you live?
the car went straight into the building. And the thing is, the place I was sleeping, the place I was laying down is where half of the stuff just fell over there. I was just lucky, man.
Hey
This
man.
yeah. See, I will send you some
Oh,
of the. I'll send you the I will send you the pictures and the video. It was on our local news. It was crazy. I could have been dead, bro. It was like
yeah. I'm
this
sorry
is
to I'm sorry
yeah
to hear this.
yeah.
That's why
It
this is
was
the
God.
reason. This is the reason people supposed to call each other, talk to each other, because you never know. This guy
Yeah,
who not too long ago, Saturday, we were having the
exactly.
show.
Yeah,
Our
bro.
sister, our sister is coming on. By the way, I tried to bring few people today.
Yeah,
Hey, I think I'm too much.
yeah.
I'm so happy that my sister is finally on the show. She's a super fan. She always watching me. I like her name. I'm used to the Bianca
I'm
name.
exhausted.
But thank you so much for coming. Sorry, my brother, to cut you out. I'm a big fan of her because she's also a
No,
big
no,
fan of the girl, that
We
way.
good. We good. We good. This, I mean, we always appreciate to have good people on the show,
Yeah,
especially diversity. To have a female, that's also a plus.
yeah,
At least she took her time to come in and
yeah.
hang out with us so that we can learn some knowledge. You know, women are very powerful people.
Hmm.
So when they're talking, you have to listen very carefully
Oh
because
yeah.
you will learn one or two things when
Speaking
they
of
talk.
that, speaking of that, she's one of the powerful female. And let me tell you this: you should think I bother people up, but when people do well, you have to give them their flower.
Absolutely.
She's
Abs-
one of, if you see this lady design, if you see her design, the clothes that she has, you will want to. I see you. You always looking sharp. You will want to order from her. I'm not joking for real. I can't wait to
Absolutely.
post those. I've been giving
Well,
her some time
you,
so that she
you
can
know,
have a few things to post her stuff. She has the design with her business partner, who should I say more?
if you cannot support your own African, whether African American, whether African from Africa, if
Yeah,
you cannot support their own businesses, who business can you support? I would love to support the business. It's all I'm a
Amen.
businessman. I love other people supporting my business. So I'm always
Amen.
the number one person to support everybody business. Is
yeah,
very important.
that's
So
true. He's
you
right.
know, don't
He's
keep your talent,
right.
share your talent, let people be proud of you.
Yeah,
It is what it is. Don't be afraid. You work hard to be where you are. So it's good to get it. It's not like tomorrow when you pass away, people come and start crying. Now that you are alive,
yeah,
people should celebrate you. And that's what Jefferson is doing. He's letting the whole world know how important you are and the great thing you're doing. So be
oh
proud
yeah.
of that.
She's an amazing person. She and Horseman, the stuff that they design. Is it okay that I mention him, right? Yeah. The stuff they design is just out of this world. Like some of the stuff you'll find on Rodell Drive. If I'm being real, I'm being real here. I'm not pretending or anything. I'm not just trying to butter her up. But if you see the clothes, they are very sharp. Wedding parties, really a nice occasion type of clothes, and we can't wait to advertise her stuff on this platform. I was waiting to bring her on, but she's always following out. Like, you know why? I want to bring you on the show so you can contribute because she's also one of those like-minded Liberians who believe in promoting Liberian. But anyway, sister, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, actually. Thank God. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here today. Mr. Newton, I appreciate you, sir.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
the first day you're on the show, you really blessed my heart. You all your knowledge. That's why I couldn't. And it was my first time actually coming on the
Yeah,
show.
you brought her in.
So when I heard all the knowledge that was being poured out, I couldn't leave. So that's how I stayed on the show all the entire time. You
Yeah,
guys was there, and I'm just so grateful, Jefferson, for
yeah.
this time.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much. As you can see, I'm overly excited because I was like, is she gonna come? Should I put her picture on the thing? It
I
would have
know.
been nice to have a female there
I
too.
know.
But I'm so excited that you are here. My brother Newton. I like-minded Liberians who want to put all the politics stuff aside, the political differences aside, and just and just be friend with each other, support each other, promoting peace and unity among Liberians. And that's the kind of person Newton is. That's the kind of person you
Mhm.
are. And let me tell you this, in my family, Praying himself, no. My mother will be supporting different political party. I will be supporting different political party, and my brothers and sisters, including Prince, they all support different political party, and we don't care. We are not going out there to fight each other. Prayer, I can argue about this person, that person. At the end of the day, we will argue in the sense of disagreeing in a funny way, joking
Mhm.
way, not causing each other, or I'm not going to talk to you because you're not praying. I will joke about somebody, the next thing you know, we are talking something else as if nothing happened. And for me, that's the kind of stuff I want to promote, even as we get to talk about some of the issues that are affecting Liberia, some of these from election, talking about election, talking about politics. I hope our viewer understand these things too, that we are all individual giving our opinion, and everybody's opinion should be respected. And those of you that I bring on the show, you can talk about anybody you want to talk about, any political person, any election or anything. And one thing I ask all my viewers, my guests that I'm going to bring is always, even if you disagree with the person, understand that's the person's opinion and let move on. If the person ends, you can come on with your opinion. So I'm glad today we will be talking about like business. We will be talking about the election. We will be talking about some of the things that really affecting Liberia development, things like sanitation. And, everybody will give their opinion. You guys can have like 2 minutes, and then from there I'll ask another person to go on. If you disagree with Prince, tell that man. That man, I'm looking for anybody that will show him. That man, he only got on the show because we lived together 8 to 10 years, and he had a lot of dirt on me. So every time he ready to go, man, I want to come on the show, man. And I just have to do it.
As I'm coming on the show right now.
I come
He
here on the
said,
show.
no, we already full. I said, okay, I'm calling the paparazzi.
Yeah. So I'm kind of scared. Every time he said, I'll tell Costa.
I'm gonna tell Costa Perfect Key and
yeah. I would tell Costa, Prophet Key, I say, oh, no, no, no. Well, Costa, nobody's scared of him anymore these days. Now, Yaka Koruba is who we are afraid of now. Yaka Koruba, I think Prophet Key. But anyway, this is Prince Sagba. Yeah, let me introduce him because I think I'm receiving some messages from unknown person. You must introduce Prince or else. I'm like, okay.
I have my backups out there. I say you'll be watching closely and be
Yeah.
messaging the man anonymously.
Yeah, that's what happening. But anyway, praying I we always joke like that. I think that's one of the good things I like about our family when it comes to politics. When it comes to that part of it, even our father, we can argue the whole time about politics, about who is. We are free to support who we want to support. Our mother the same, our sibling, everybody the same, and I love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I just wanted to say too, what we need to, the awareness is very important in politics. I think what happened in Africa, in Liberia, to be precise. I know we're going to be talking about those stuff, but I agree with what you say. We have to respect each other's opinion. But listen, so UP was in power when Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was there, right? So some people were against it, other people were excited they move, right? Those same people that were in power, there's some of the same people Baka is pulling back in position, right? So the same thing you're talking about right now with the other party, George, we are led government. People are saying the same thing. If they win 6 years from now or 12 years from now, they come back in power. Those same people that we're talking about, that they're crook, they're this, those are the same people going to be in power, right? So no matter what happens, we can disagree and agree. We all want the best for Liberia. All politicians, whether in Liberia, in America, they seek their own interests. So as soon as the person become president or they become minister, they bring people who close to them that they know that they can trust to work with everywhere. It's the same. No need for you to kill yourself. No need for you to fight yourself for no politician because they're not going to get time for you. They're going to get time. Even right now, all the people that were crying for Joseph Boakai, everybody that was saying, yeah, we're happy he's the president, but trust me, everybody is not going to be happy. He's, people. He's a good guy, but the people around him may not do what he will be. He hoping that the people he get will do the right thing, just the same with Judge Weah. So I would say, don't kill yourself for no politician because they don't get time for you.
Let me say this before I start asking people for their opinion. One thing I want to always tell Liberian people, during the war, there were a lot of young Liberians fighting, thinking that they were fighting for their country, but they were being motivated by some of the politicians who had the ability at the time to stop the war, but they were seeking their own interest. Most of the politicians, their children were never among the Liberians that were fighting, that were holding the gun. None of that. Most of their children were abroad going to school. Right after the war, from government to government, these people are the one that getting the job. Those one that were holding the gun at the time, don't they call you grown up boy, they call you Zoko, they call you this. That's the thing I always tell my fellow Liberian. When something like this happening, be careful how you jump into it. because a lot of these politicians, their children, some of them, the last time somebody come and asked me, "Oh, where's your Yekikoruba family?" The person brought it to my attention. Where's Yekikoruba wife and thing, all the thing he's doing. So I said, well, that part of it is, it's that's just how Liberian politics has been. People, most of the people that create things, their family are not always in Liberia. Their children are not always among the fight. My thing is, I'm not blaming one person, but one thing I can tell my brothers and sisters who doing campaign, they will be throwing rock at each other. People died the past election. Always be careful, because these people you are fighting for, their children are not in Liberia. The main
Absolutely.
focus is, let's focus on how we can motivate people to, like young Liberians like ourselves, to invest in the country. That's the thing. Put your support behind people who want to make a difference. Someone like Praying has a business there. And my friend Newton has a business in Liberia. These are the people we need to always encourage. That's why when you see me come on this platform, it's more about bringing people who are like-minded like myself. Because all of this fighting, like when there's confirmation, you see people in rain, and, protesting for that minister. I say it's good to do these things, but are you going to benefit from this thing? Why can't you wait and see how things go? But anyway, today we will be discussing. I
Yeah.
think we wanted to say something.
Yeah, just to add to, and even those other my beginning that work for me, and I always re-echo this, and we need to say a lot. I wish this was something, a platform that is going in the rural area, villages. We need to teach our people, our especially young people, politics is just politics. You will you and somebody will fight, and even those that lost their lives
Mm.
during the election, everybody move on now.
Yeah.
Only their family lost someone.
Hmm.
Somebody's mother is sitting down somewhere and still crying. Every time she think about her son, she spend years, or the father think about his son, or daughter spend years with that person, or other family relatives who were already used to those people. Now it's just the pain with them. I don't think the leaders that sent them or that they were fighting for are thinking about them. And today I was thinking about so many. They were talking about hate, even, and this is not just in Liberia. You see it everywhere in the world. Also, we had an issue of Donald Trump and Trump supporters that nearly go to war in America, right? And so today I was thinking about why all these things are happening. Leaders will always push their people, or people will always want to die for these people. But at the end of the day, the people move on, and that's it. Nobody care anymore. Everybody just move on. So our young people, think about your future. Think about your family. Think about your own life. Stop putting your life on the line for any other man out there, because they are just going there for them, for their own families and their own selves. Look at it, the salary margin. Recently, when senators started declaring their assets before they got into the office and after they got into the office, you see that wild margin where the ordinary people are struggling, are suffering. If you're in Liberia, you're a young person, you have a data, use that data to go online and watch tutorials, video. I can tell my beginner, they can be laughing. I say, if you want to learn how to fly plane today, go on YouTube.
Yeah, you can do it.
You will learn how to. You
Yeah,
will
but
learn at least the basics.
let me tell you this, Spring. Our
Uh,
people, I feel that they don't listen to this kind of stuff that we are talking about. Even the
Absolutely.
kind of live like this live like this, you'll see people won't share it compared to if somebody was standing,
Yeah.
causing out president, causing out this person, you'll see many people watching. It's
Yeah.
the thing. That's why people say Liberia is always the opposite. And that's why it's good that some of us, we just keep pushing, pushing. But before we continue, before we get to different thing that I really want to ask about development, I want to ask But first, I want to ask my sister if she has something to say on what we were just talking about. Then I can go to the next thing.
Not really. I'm enjoying you all. I'm
Okay.
here to learn and also to share knowledge. But
Okay.
like you're saying, positive things don't spread
Yeah.
as wildfire as the negative things.
Yeah.
And and change begins in the mind.
Yeah.
You have to make up your mind to change. I always tell my girls, my house is full with girls. um, and sometimes I tell my girls, I said, are you expecting grandma to come and pick up after you? Grandma is in Liberia. So mind you, grandma is not gonna come and clean your plate. Grandma is not gonna come and tell you make up your bed. You have to make up your mind that I'm gonna clean after myself. And this training that you're getting in the house with mommy, you're taking it in your own home. So our people have to make up their mind to bring change about in their communities, in their environment, in their neighborhood. Because let's face it, we're all in America. But Joe Biden don't know where I live.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Biden doesn't know if I vacuumed my house this morning. I had to make up my mind to have a clean environment. Yes, we have a president, but we the people, we make the government. And you have to make up your mind to clean your area. You have to make up your mind to have a clean neighborhood. Mr. Newton made up his mind that he's going to cause a change in his country by bringing clean water.
Yeah.
The president didn't know about that.
Oh, you remember?
Oh, yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
tell you, I watch your show. And that's the thing about me. My husband be like, "Hon, you remember every little detail." I'm like,
Yeah.
what? So when he's talking to me, I'm like, be careful. He
Yeah.
says, so, but Mr. Newton made up his mind to bring a change in his country by carrying clean water. The president didn't give him money.
Yeah.
No government gave him money.
That's
He
true.
made up his mind and he worked towards it. Amen. So today he can go ahead and see the development that he's making. Though it doesn't happen overnight, but yet what was in his mind has come to pass and he's still pursuing it. So getting on the street, I mean, sometimes people can say your cup is overflowed. It's overflowing. So sometimes you do certain things, but we are not to act out of our emotions. We are to act rationally because you want to see rational changes. You don't want to just see emotional changes because those kind of changes don't last.
Mhm,
Okay? It doesn't last. You want something that will last for generation.
mhm.
That's what I have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know that during the election, the campaigns were going on, and sometimes I was asking questions, and people, oh, you CDC man, oh, you did no, but I was asking because when we vote here in America, you want to vote for the candidate that is close aligned with something that you
Right.
want to get done,
That's it.
right? So like I will ask like, hey, has anyone here Joseph Walker talking about free tuition because the current administration is giving free tuition. Is that something that you as a young person should go and ask questions? Oh yeah, you know what? There's WAEC fees that are paid now. Is it going to continue on the next one? These
Yeah.
are just questions you go and ask. I didn't say that's why you must vote for, but if it was something that was affecting you, then you want to go and ask about it if this is something that will
Mhm.
continue.
Yeah.
So these are I just gave you an example,
Yeah.
but these are the points. These are something you see in America. Why is it that you found why people when you check the stocks, many rich people were voting for Donald Trump. It's
Right.
not about Donald Trump crazy ideology. It
Right.
was the fact that he was giving huge tax breaks
Because
to
yeah, he's
rich
a rich
people.
man too, so he
You
understands.
see that?
Yeah.
So so when I was voting I was voting based on number one, immigration.
Mhm.
And so I was asking more questions about immigration. The next person that are getting there, are they going to do more about immigration? You have to have key points Don't
Mhm.
just
Oh,
jump in the
yeah,
streets and say, "Oh, they meant from my county.
yeah,
Oh, they meant from my city.
That's
Oh, you
it.
know why? I know that B brother.
yeah.
Uh, that B brother have different intentions. Are you going to?" And I would never vote on party line.
Mhm.
That's it.
Absolutely not. I will vote on
That's why I don't have party right
individuals.
now.
Exactly. Vote on individuals that will affect change.
Yeah.
Of course, sometimes they lean towards party,
Mhm.
but also just check if that person, if I voted person didn't win, the fact is my conscience is clear
Yeah.
because I voted for this person. Even doing the, America, they'll be talking polls. Oh, the polls is the other person is leading. The person with the least points, but they are more aligned with what I
That's it.
believe or what I want to happen.
Yeah.
I rather focus on them,
Yeah.
and I'm
But
asking all these questions
yeah.
to affect my vote. I think
Before.
that's why young people should be
Yeah.
thinking more towards in Liberia than just everybody just jump up and say, "Oh, I'm voting for the man, the man from my from." We want the president because the county has never had president before.
That's it.
We want it because the tribe have never, or because
It's,
the
yeah.
religion have never, or because of
So
my big brother. No, we
I
have
Yeah.
think
to
So,
before
so,
before
so
before we continue, let me say this. Sorry, Nathan. If anybody watching and you want to come on the show, let me know. The link is in this video description. Just know that you see how my guests they are more composed and everybody talking. I can disagree with praying. I can disagree
Oh
with my
yeah.
sister Faith. And but so when you come on the show here, know that you can give your opinion and respect other people's opinion. You can disagree with them. For me, I would disagree with Prince on something. I would disagree with my brother Newton. I would disagree with my sister Faith. But at the end of the day, we're doing it respectful way. I disagree, but this is where I stand. And that will make us better to understand each other. I've seen a lot of time in Liberian community, people will be yelling at each other. Move for you, man. What do you know? So my thing is when you come on the show, do it like that. You can comment, you can do this. The link is in the video description. If you can find the link, let us know, comments here so we can send you so that I can post the link so you can come on the show. We want more guests, we want more people to give their opinion on this issue we are talking about. But sorry, Newton, I think you
no,
wanted to.
I just wanted to say, I know you say you're gonna give everybody 2 minutes, but what I wanted to add with both of you guys,
Yeah,
when you say you don't have, that's why you don't have a party. My
Yeah.
question to you: have you ever seen an independent win an election? So an independent person have never won the election in any country in the world. That's one. You becoming to a party doesn't mean that you cannot vote, that you have Republican who vote for Democrat and you have Democrat who vote for Republican. You
mhm,
can be a citizen and you can vote for a UP and you can be a UP. So I just wanted to clear that with you guys because your one vote as an independent will not make a difference.
yeah.
But your
Mhm.
So,
vote as a
so
party, if you want to run for any position in Liberia,
mhm,
whether it's a district or so, that because look at Liberia culture, look at the culture of Liberia from way back of independent days.
yeah,
That's where you need to go and look at how it is now. There are a few independent people that won. They won on the, like you were saying, oh, we know the mayor, he's from Grand Judah, he's really good. We're all going to vote for him. But how many independent people win in the election? Maybe not even 3 or 4, maybe 1 or 2. So that's why you being associated with a party,
mhm,
it doesn't mean that that everything the party do you have to agree with. It's
mhm,
just like you when you were little, you have your parents.
yeah,
There are certain
Mhm.
things that your parents will tell you that
mhm,
you disagree with, even though maybe it was a good thing for you then, but you think like, you know what, they're being too much, even though they're trying to help you. So
yeah,
being trying to join the party, like here in America, I'm more Republican and Democrat
mhm,
because I feel like Republican will tell you what to do for you to be successful.
Mhm.
Democrat give you stuff for free.
yeah,
If I tell you that I like Donald Trump more than Obama, you will say I'm crazy
yeah,
because he's black. So I have to be like, oh, I love Obama. No, because Obama was giving free phone to everybody who was not working. They just said to gossip. And I was working so hard and paying so much money that I
Mhm.
would feel like, you know what, this is not fair. You
yeah,
have
Mhm.
a single mother who have 6, 7 children. That's the American culture. Who are just on who getting $2,000 from the government for food stamp. $3,000, but I have to work so hard to be able to get that, and I have to pay so much taxes, So and then Donald Trump come in and say, you know what? I don't care whether you're rich or poor, everybody have to get this tax thing, right? So somebody will say, oh, you're crazy for saying you like Donald Trump because he don't know how to talk. He's very disrespectful and all that kind of stuff. But I would tell you now and say, like, on my side, I know my reason why. I know I don't like the way he talk. I mean, I like the way he address people. If you don't do the job, he fire you. Even if you're his friend, So in Africa, when I look at President Weah failure, I don't blame him. He's a good guy. It's the people around the circle of George Weah. But was he taking the stand? Was he taking the stand that he's supposed to take? He was not. You cannot make friendship with you cannot make passion with friendship.
Yeah, we will come to that. We will come to that because I'm gonna ask if.
So you guys need to rethink. You guys need to rethink whether you're a sedition or you're a UP, and don't say you'll be alone.
Because he asked you a question, right?
He asked me.
When we say party line, voting on party line, we don't mean that it's bad to be part of a party. What I said was, you see some people be like, oh, why are the candidates of this party? When I'm going to the booth so that only the candidate I will back. That is not good. That's why I was saying, even if I like one party, but I want to know the candidates themselves. And
Frank, he understood your part.
But that's why when you said, the reason I said that when you said that, then Jefferson said, yeah, me too, that one big guy, I'm part of no party. So that's why I wanted to bring you guys back, because you didn't break it down. You didn't break it down. So I want to tell you guys, if you're independent, you're not going to win election in Liberia as an independent candidate. You have to be part of a party.
Let me clarify things. Let me clarify things.
Because people are listening. So somebody who listening to you now will say, oh yeah, myself, I will not be part of no party because I hear the many things that it's not good to be part of a party. So you have to break it down, explain yourself. You have to explain yourself.
I'm not sedition.
Yeah. And don't hire your party because your party lose or not. If you're a sedition, be proud of sedition. If you're a UP, be proud of UP. Don't try to hire yourself because they have lost the election. No, you have to be committed to your party, and people have to know who you are. Yeah, so don't be afraid, because I see that the way Prince was talking, I see that Prince is sedition, but he don't want to say he's sedition. So he starts saying, oh no, I don't belong to no party. But why are you bringing free education? Why you want somebody to look at free education? Because that Jawia was the one that brought free education. So you are bringing the topic to make somebody to think that, oh, they may brought free education, so let me stay with them. But there are other things that you are missing. I just want to make it clear.
Let me make one thing clear. When I say I don't belong to one party, especially how Liberians do things, that's one of the reasons I say I don't belong to one party. In the United States, I'm Democrat because I understand how their system works. Republicans are known for certain things, specifically, that's their thing. Democrats are known for certain things, that's their thing. But in Liberia, I feel that during election, there will be people, even people that are unqualified, they will join this party. And before you know it, they are just using that party name to win election. And our people will vote them because of because that party has a lot of popularity and because they are part of a party. I'm voting CDC. Like I would say I'm voting for CDC.
Okay, Prince, can I ask you one question?
But
can I ask you one question?
No.
Do you know why? No, I want to ask the man one question. Do you know why most of the black people in America vote part of Democrat? Do you know why? Because if you want to say somebody said they will vote, you're talking about party. Do you know? I know like you said you're a Democrat. Me, I'm a Republican. But do you know why a lot of the black people in America vote for Democrat? Do you know?
It's not because of Obama though. It's not because
no, forget. I'm not talking about Obama. Obama just came yesterday. Okay. But have you done the research to know why a lot of black people, African American, for so many years have been a Democrat party?
From my point of view,
party open their leadership to more minorities. How many minorities in there? That's one of the biggest problems for Republicans.
Yeah, that's true.
So you see people lean towards more. People say, "Oh, why so black people?" And like I said, for my, you check my voting stuff. I have no party there
Yeah.
up to now. Because like for me, I'm naturally attracted towards candidates. I vote both parties. I research both candidates. I
Yeah.
lean towards, like in my city, down to
Represent.
superintendents and
Mm.
commissioners who will make effect on specific things, whether
Mhm.
they are Republican or Democrat. I'm more engaged to the person who will make a difference. Even if they
Yeah.
lose, at least my conscience is clear.
Yeah.
Then me sitting down and say, "Oh, the reason I was talking about party where people can just go and just want to vote all candidates
Hmm.
on that
Mm,
party. It is
Yeah.
mm,
not
That's what we're
like, for
talking about.
example, like I hear somebody was saying, "Oh, this guy lose the election because the president didn't push him more, but was he doing the right thing? You know that the people themselves
mm,
felt the effect of him." So it shouldn't be on party line. That's the advice here.
Yeah.
You and I, we here, even if you join a party in America, you are still leaning towards that party because of the agendas of that party. How many of the political parties in Liberia actually have a true agenda to stick to? Republican from day one
Yeah.
stick
They are
to
known for that.
what they
Yeah.
stick to.
Yeah.
yes.
They're against giving free things out. So they
Yeah.
say, you know what? We hard line on that, and they will never change. They are
And
tough on
let me,
immigration,
friend,
and they will
friend,
never change.
friend, let me tell you
See,
that.
Liberia party could switch side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Today, CDC one, they believe in one thing. Tomorrow, they believe in
Yeah.
another.
But friend,
UP,
let
they
me say
believe in one,
this.
and
Let-
tomorrow they're
let-
another.
let-
Just quick.
yeah.
UP
Too many or too many.
Yeah, UP in 2017 were high line on Zogo and Grenada boys. They were talking, "Oh, y'all get the Grenada boys and y'all get the Zogo there." They were telling CDC sedition. This time around, UP switched around. They started going to war more. They the one were taking the Zugos and the Grenada boys then now, and telling them that, oh, CDC is the prestige party. So when you are highlight on something, you highlight on it. You don't change. So we see that in America, we see that in those parties. It's not that in Liberia. So what I was saying is that don't just go and vote for every candidate that a party is putting out.
Mhm.
And you see in America here also, before they put out a candidate, they vet them.
Mm,
And if there is something little dirt they found on that candidate, except for Donald Trump,
Mm. Yeah,
but
here it is.
if there is any,
It-
something they found on that candidate, immediately that candidate is out of the race. It doesn't happen that in Liberia. You can go and get a picture of a candidate, woman nursing. People say, "Oh, but that thing, that common thing, that one
yeah.
you have." You can go and candidate and something. And I've seen
Well,
this in Liberia. I'm
they will
thinking
do the same
America
thing
jump
here.
out of the race.
When Bill Clinton went in the warehouse and he did his thing in the warehouse, the American people still forgave him.
They
So
forgive
if you
him.
want to bring that one, that
No,
president,
no,
then
no,
let's
no.
talk about that one.
No,
Yeah,
listen,
no,
they
no, no,
forgive him,
no.
but let
It,
me tell you, why do you think his wife never won election
what
again
I don't think
after
it's
that?
because of that.
No,
I
no,
think
it's not.
Hillary
Let me tell you
Clinton.
that. But the
I think
president
Hillary
that made a
Clinton
break
has her
for
own
never.
feeling.
No.
The
They,
culture that we have created in Liberia is we need to break that cycle. And the only
correct.
way we can break that cycle is by awareness.
Yeah.
We have to be able to break the cycle and we have to be able to speak out. Like, for example, when you are giving an example and talking about you have to vet the party, then you have to be fair, say, this is what Joseph Boakai said he will do. This is what President George Weah have done. If you're pointing to a specific thing, then in my mind, I would think that you're telling me to link towards that particular person. But this person is coming in and saying, this is what I'm going to do. The other person, this is what they have done.
Mhm.
Then we put it together and say, my people, we put in a simple Liberian English. Ask yourself, They may say when he come, he will bring plenty back already because the problem, labor problem, comes when the rest are getting expensive. If I was not born doing JJ Rawata all the way and stuff like that. But when you follow Liberian history, once the rest are getting expensive in Liberia, the
Problem.
president is no more. If the president cannot put that rest price down, I don't care what you do, you're not going to be president no more. That's the trend. Watch the
Yeah,
trend.
yeah.
Just watch the trend. So it's a cultural thing that you look at. Liberian people, all they need is for them to be self-reliant and self-contained. Once the man can buy his right, he get his store, he can buy his momo and eat his food and his children then good,
And now
no trouble.
the bomb moment, just so you know, no longer
Oh,
there'll be
really? The
moment.
ban mama?
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing
But
was
but
that
once
thing was
once they
happening
start
for us
changing,
anyway.
brother, once they start changing, once the country start getting tough, to me, I think where the problem is, if you become a leader, especially places like Liberia, where the illiteracy is so high in the country, and people come to America, they are educated, and they go back to use the people in Liberia as slaves. That's what I would put it. That's where the problem is, my brother, because when we come here and we learn and we go back, what do we want to do? Look at people who are surrounding George Weah. Some of them were here as truck driver. Some of them were here in America doing different things, but then they become ministers.
Mhm.
When they become minister, what happened? They try to enrich themselves and the people around it. They didn't really care about the people that were closer to them or even within the neighborhood. If you listen to Joshua's last speech in the church, what did he say? The people he trusted, the people that he think. He said, how can you be in the community? You say you're a leader and you're making power with the people in the community and you're the people not friendly. That said a lot to what he was saying. But to me, what I'm just trying to say to you guys is cultural. We need to break it out. Awareness is the key in Liberia.
Oh, Yahweh now. Let me say my own. I know, I let me say my own. I think praying a little bit, break it down the direction that I was going. Like I said, in the United States, I'm more Democrat, even though I agree with certain things with Republican. But at least I know Democrat always stick with their thing. Republican always stick with their thing, whether you go with them or not. And
Yeah.
the reason many black people, I would say a lot of black people support Democrat because they can relate. The Democrat will tell you we will give food stamp, we will give this, we will give that. Republicans say you should work for it to get it. Some things I agree with, but other things, but at least the two parties stick with their thing. But
They stick with that team from day one.
yeah, in Liberia, somebody will say, "Oh, I'm voting CDC because George Weah is there. I'm voting CDC because the other person is there." It's not like die-hard CDC. They have their system from the beginning. This is what we stand with, and that's what we will do. And another thing, you see many people joining the CDC party because they have a lot of popularity, or joining Unity Party because they have a lot of popularity. So every election, I don't have a party because every election that comes, I decide to choose who I will want to vote for that based on who is running and what I know they are bringing to the table. I've been to places like Philadelphia and other places where some Liberian live. And like the brother was saying, some of them are truck driver, but when they go, you make them minister of sport. What does the person know about sport? You made the person this. I was listening to a press interview recently. There was one of the political person was saying, they said, what position do you want? The man said, oh, as an educated person, if you are educated, you can be thrown anywhere. So I said, no. If that was the case, you
Yeah.
can't go to. If that was the case, people won't go to college and be major in a specific area. The
No.
the only way Liberia will start improving if people started having this mindset that says everybody went to school and major in specific thing for a reason. You are good at certain thing. I'm good at certain thing. You can throw me in something that I don't know, I have no idea about. You can throw me in rocket science and I think I know anything. It's almost like somebody speaking different language. So for that reason, Liberian leaders, when they started hiring people, oh, this guy has a background. When he was living in the United States, his background was he was working with the city, like Newton Bowie. He was working with the city, so he know something about the city. That made him a city manager. It fits. My sister here, she's a super designer. She does catering. Let that put her in a place that had to do with organizing things. This person, he is this. He used to play for Lone Star, and he also have his own own club team. And now I'm giving him something because he knows the FIFA rule, he knows this, he knows that. This person deal with a lot of youth. They have organization that had to deal with a lot of youth. Let me make the person minister of youth and sport, something that had to do with you. But you can't say because the person educated, let me put the person somewhere. Like when they fire somebody in Liberia, they would throw from this minister, they were minister of port, whatever port authority. Now they throw them to being a minister of women and gender, whatever that ministry is. What do you know about that? Do you have any background? Do they even ask these people? So for me, that's why during the election, I can see somebody running. I want to be a representative. I say, what knowledge do you have? Have you been commission leader, community leader before? Do you know anything about your community? How many times have you gone to Lofa County or Grand County to your district to know anything about the district you want to represent? These are the reasons that I don't have a party, because every election year, I try to choose which party I want to go to based on the kind of people they have in that party. So
And
that's
let me
yeah.
say, I am admiring the appointments that Joseph Boakai has been making.
we, we we will come
I
to that, but
admire
you
them.
can say
Yeah,
something.
Yeah,
Everybody
let's
can
I
say
follow
admire,
the
something.
let's
and
follow the trend now so we can hear the lady talk, because all the minutes
Yeah,
that all the
because
minutes
Craig,
they've been talking. So
yeah,
I want to hear. I want us to
let
follow
the
the
lady
agenda. Let
have
hear the
something to
ladies. Let
say.
hear the lady opinion. Let her say something, because we're the one who just been talking. So let's go with
yeah,
2 minutes. The two
Yeah,
minute
Oh,
mark so that we can hear something from the lady, because she has
after
to.
her, I'm gonna ask question. Then you guys can, you
Yeah.
can
yeah.
for 2 minutes each. Yeah.
Okay,
oh,
Do you have
And you
something
want
to
to
say?
start. You want to start with the lady first.
Yeah.
okay.
So what I want to talk about first, I want to talk about what do you think about the election? Why do you think George Weah lost the election? Do you think his administration was failure? Why do you think Liberian decided to go different direction this year? You have 2 minutes. From there, I will ask somebody else. Then we go around like that.
okay. Thanks for the question.
Mhm,
Um, I left Liberia since I was 14,
mhm,
so I've been out of there for years.
mhm,
And my older daughter is not here, but to her, I'm 27 every year, so I'm gonna keep it that way.
mhm. That's good.
Every my
You
age
look
don't go up.
27.
I'm always,
Mhm,
so, but first of all, I want to thank God how things went. Even though there was some chaos, but overall we had peace,
mhm,
and that's the main thing. We pray for our nation, no more war. And our ex-president, he was an excellent man. He was a man of, he loved his people. But Mr. Newton said something, and I think that was his downfall. Sometimes you may be a great person, but your surroundings can affect your effectiveness. You know, you may be a great person, but your surroundings, because words has effect. Things that you listen to has effect. You know, it can impact you negative way or positive way. So I think during his time, he did some great things. We've seen some great developments and some great works that he did. Like I said, I can't speak for all the Liberian people because I've been out of Liberia for years,
mhm,
years, and then know what they were going through there. And it came a time, oh, we're hearing, oh, this person was found dead on this road, or this other person, even to the extent a guy in our church, his brother was found with parts taken out. That's how close it came.
mhm.
You know, I was like, what? So one of the pastors were going to church one morning. He saw this body laying down. Unknown to him, it was one of the brother in the church over here, little brother. So I think like things like that, he didn't like put toughness on it, because as a leader, sometimes the people that honor you, they may be doing things, but you have to be tough on them.
Yes.
You know, even it's like being in a home. Your children, if you give them a little inch, they will take a yard. You
Yeah.
understand? You gotta be firm. You can love. Sometimes I say you gotta love, like you give the love, but then you give discipline. You give love, then you give discipline. So I think he could have been a little bit harder and a little bit tougher on those that were around him, because he has a good heart. And
Yes.
that's a reason why people put him there. You know, they didn't just put him there because they didn't know what to do, but they saw the love in him for the nation. And I just think he could have been a little bit tougher on those around him. And
Yeah.
the election went well. I bless God that there was no war. The overall, now there was some chaos, but we bless God. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my intake on that.
My brother Newton, I know you said similar thing like this, but this time it's about what you were trying to say. How was the why do you think George Weah lost the election, and do you think his administration was a failure?
Well, thank you very much for that question. Um, just like the our beautiful sister, I left Liberia when I was 10 years old during the Civil War. I ran away to Sierra Leone. I lived there all by myself until I came to the
Mhm.
United States. And I
Mm.
went back. I went to Liberia in 2010, my first time.
Oh,
I was one of the people I have reaching out to people. I was campaigning for George Weah in the United States. I love George Weah just
yeah.
because I feel like because he's a native man of the soil. He know what people go through. He knew what he went through. So in my mind that when he become president, he would know how to help
Mm.
people and what the people need. That was my own rationale of
Mhm.
loving George Weah and thinking that he would be the best person to be the president of Liberia. Um, I'm grateful for the election. I think Liberian people put their head different way because Judge we have failed the people, and I will
Mm.
tell you why. Um, like one, he was not speaking out when things happen. As a president in the country, in the nation, when something happened, people were being killed.
Mhm.
The people were being tortured. Young women cannot walk on the street. Their cell phone will be taken away. The police director and stuff. You, Judge, we are control the country. Make a press statement, call the police director and talk to him and say, I don't want this kind of thing happening under my watch. He was not speaking out. Nobody from his area was speaking out. It was all about arrogance.
Yeah.
So that's one. And I think the people felt betrayed. They felt like, they were betrayed. The Jawea did some stuff, yes, trying to do the role, trying to build those parks for people to go and play in.
Mhm.
Those are great. You cannot mix friendship with leadership.
Yeah.
If your friend is not doing the right thing, remove him, put him somewhere, or call him and have a heart-to-heart talk and say, my friend, if this is not improved, this is what I'm going to do. Joe, we
Mhm.
have failed to do that. So in my opinion, as much as I love him and as much as I wanted him to be president, as long as he could, at least for the 12 years, I was happy that he was being removed. And I'm also happy that he was able to concede the election in the because Joe is an ambassador, peace ambassador for United Nations. So
Mm.
putting all that together, there's no way he could have stayed there to say, I'm going to rig the election and stuff. And I think he's much more popular now for the peace for what he did than when he was
Mhm.
president all around the
Mhm.
world. So
Yeah.
I will give him that credit. And also to his wife. I'm sure the
Yeah.
wife was part of the decision. I'm not
Yeah.
going to leave the wife behind. I'm sure the wife was behind the decision to say, you know
Yeah.
what, I agree with you. Let's give this thing out and stuff. And listening to him, he say, I'm not a politician.
Mhm.
People put me there. I'm trying to do the stuff. So when time comes, I want to move, I move. So I'm grateful for the election that were peace. George Weah
Yeah.
did his part. But what I hold George Weah to is the fact that he was not speaking out. He gave all the power to the people around him to do the talking and do the things they were doing. So that's what I was saying. I think Liberian people choose the right thing. And then when I said earlier, the right prices went up. It couldn't go down. The layman could not afford a bed rest in Liberia anymore. That's one. Two, there is more private school in Liberia than government school. And the private school, the money is all US dollar you have to pay. So
Yeah.
those were really sad. So I hope things will change.
Okay. Mr. Prince Sagba, you got 2 minutes, and
Well, why
after
you
two
giving
minutes,
me why you specifying when you come to me?
Well, at 2 minutes, I watch it at 2 minutes.
so you got Mr. No, you're good. You're good.
No, no. Everybody talk and you were like, and then when you came to me, he's like, "Bro,
Because
two
because the
minutes."
man the man know you. The man know you
So
now.
you
When
know
you start, you're not going to stop.
you see, I'm trying to listen to everybody advice. The same advice they are giving Josh Weir. It's the same advice I'm taking. How will
How-
you be a leader? You hosting a show and you can't control the show. Your own brother taking most of the time. So, Mr. Prince, you got 2 minutes, and hopefully, if you go over 2 minutes, we got music here. We'll do it like the Oscar. Me, I work in that business, so I'll just start playing the music. Dun, 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 dun.
no, Um,
Speak
uh,
your mind, yeah, Papa.
was George Weah administration a failure? Absolutely not. They did
Mhm.
extremely well. Was they effective in information dissemination? Totally bad. They were really bad on that part. They were not putting information out. And like our sister and the brother just said, being effective, coming out there and talking.
Mhm.
What happened recently that made headline that grabbed everyone's attention? Uh, President Bouaka immediately said, "You know what? We're going to launch war on drugs."
Mm.
And, in fact, he talked about taking drug tests.
Mm.
That's talking. It will not happen.
Yeah.
It might not happen. It may not be exactly what he said,
Mm.
but it make headline. Everybody, the lead, even children were talking about it. It becomes fun. It becomes a joke. It becomes serious talk everywhere. That wasn't in the case. There was sometimes some major things happen, and the
Mhm.
next thing you know, George we put music out. And I'm like, oh God, are the people closer to him telling him that's not the right thing to do?
Mhm.
When we talking about I remember there was the issue of the rape.
Mm.
Rape, when the people were protesting of the of rape and stuff, and that same time the president released music. And I'm like, really? That's not. Don't do that. Don't do that. In fact, you should be in the. You know what Ma Ellen used to do. I remember there was Sarah protest, and she came down from the foreign affair, went to the protester and talk to them, and even
Yeah.
shot you there, and somebody, they're the most angry people in the crowd. That, oh man, we're sorry. Oh man, we're sorry.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay,
That's
I saw that video.
taking control.
Mm.
That's leadership. You will
Mhm.
soft sometimes, but sometimes you tough. You tough talker, right? It's a tough talker. You are a
Mhm.
tough talker. It's not like you. Sometimes I will see some protests going on, and there is a need for the president to call the leadership of that protest and say, General, let's sit down and talk.
Mm.
But it doesn't, it will not happen. And, the next thing I hear Sedition talking, oh, they are opposition. I'm like, not everybody in that protest are opposition. There is something happening that they want to
Mm.
address.
Yeah, I have
But
that on.
they are not getting access to their leader.
Yeah.
And it make people more frustrated
Mm.
about it. So I
So
read it, but when it comes to implementing, government success, I think they did a lot for
Mhm.
the little they have.
okay.
They
So
raised the income, the
mhm.
domestic income generation. They put in some mechanism like roads. They were building, fixing these roads. Some of these are now being carried out by the new administration, which is good. They put in some areas, like some areas were already doing well, like the fishery, agriculture, and others
Yeah.
were picking up.
So you
Mm.
think the judge administration did well? Okay.
Yeah.
Um, let me give my opinion too. Then we will jump to the next thing. I
Yeah,
think
Prince, just so you know, you went over 2 minutes, so
yeah,
you were
that's right.
three
That's why I
minutes.
call him
I,
out.
I've been keeping the time right. You are 3 minutes, so
That's so.
I just, I just, I
My
just want you
brother,
to know that I coming to put Jefferson on the time now.
my brother,
Oh, you put it like the man who show.
no,
Oh,
that's
yeah, we gotta
okay.
put it. Yeah, of course.
That's okay. That's why I put it.
Accountability.
Every leader has advisors. So, my brother, you are the one in that of the
That man,
time because
so
you're
the
keeping
man,
quiet.
yeah, the man that your defense minister.
But friend, don't interrupt my time because I know they'll be my boss once that time reach. So, what I want to say is the George Weah administration. One of the things they did from the beginning that was bad. They did a proposed stuff, which was great. That was great idea proposed, but the proposed stuff should have been different more than how they did it. The proposed stuff, I would rather focus on road connectivity and focus on things that are affecting Liberia than building somebody's house, than building houses. Let me tell you the reason why. You build few houses in Grand Jita, cool, for the few people you build houses for. But Grand Jitians in general would have benefited if you had built a road going to Grand Jita, if that was
Mhm.
the situation. I'd rather something that benefit the general population than doing it for few people. If there came
Mhm.
a time that George Weah administration would do something, then they put George Weah picture on it, as if they were campaigning for something. They'll put George Weah picture on it and say George Weah did this. I think they were doing it wrong. They should have done all the things that Prem was talking about, like there were plenty. They should have showed those things.
Yeah.
Recently, as a person in the media, I noticed that the Joseph Bakai press team, and I'm not
They
Joseph
are doing
Bakai man, but their press team been on top of things.
they
They're
are
breaking
amazing.
everything. So
Yeah.
for
Mhm.
that reason, people that even talk against Bakai, their mouth get closed quick
Yeah.
Mhm.
because they are on top of it. Executive Marshal never used to update their page for maybe a week or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But these people, every time they're having press briefing now, like they do it in the US. So I think there are a couple of things George Weah hired the wrong people around him. I would, if I was president, I would never make someone like Jefferson Kochi a mayor because he doesn't have the ability. I think there are some people that were in that government that didn't do well. But anyway, I don't want to push it too much. I know my brother is looking at his watch. But
You counted down already.
this one now we are moving to the next question. But before I say that, let me say this. For those of you out there, if you disagree with us, you can comment, or the link is in the video description. You can come on here. We will let you in and you can express your thing. But know that all the people here, they are speaking based on their opinion, based on what they think. Nobody can be 100% right. Nobody can be 100% wrong. So
I'm
when
not
you
a
come on
political
here,
scholar, please.
yeah,
I'm just
we
giving
are
my opinion.
when we come on here, you don't come here to come here plow with people. You probably hate George. Yeah, you probably hate Joseph Baka. It's not about hate. It's about Liberia in general. So we are moving on. What do you guys think about Joseph Bakai appointment? You know, we all saying George we hired the wrong people. You know, that's why his administration didn't work well. What do you think about the Joseph Bakai appointment? All the people he's appointing, and do you see any kind of progress in the future? This time I will change it around. The first time was my sister, so I want to change it a little bit. Mr. Prince Agba, let me see the thing. Okay, Prince Agba first.
I guess I rushed with this, and I said it. I was really dying to clarify.
Yeah.
But I've been ready. I know there have been so many noise in the from his own party talking about, oh, he's hiring people, bunch of people from one side. They're even counting tribes and religions now, which is
Mhm.
wrong. He they call it everybody. He's so far he's nominated. He has nominated have qualified people. You see their credentials and everything. That's what we want. You know, I shouldn't say everybody because I haven't seen all of them, but those that have gone through and checked their stuff, they are very qualified for these positions. I think that's the most important thing. People think down to the campaign manager or I saw were protesting about, oh, he's forgetting about the party and just nominating people, even those that were not in the struggle. That's not supposed to be the case. And we come back to Democrat and Republican in America yet again. You will see that just because you are lead person in the campaign doesn't mean that they're going to hire you. And those people are even happy with their position if they can stay as campaign chairman or campaign supervisor or coordinator. They are happy with their position. They are always vetting and looking for the most qualified people, the best people for the jobs, to give to. That's why we need to come to. Let Liberian forget about. If those people get there and they stop and they're not doing well, then we call on the president to remove them.
That's
But
it.
you can't just be saying, "Oh, you know what? He's done. He nominated 5% from Lofa, and he haven't nominated anyone from Grand Jita. He nominated. He promised during the election that you're going to choose one minister from each county. That shouldn't be the case. We just want people that are qualified that will go there and do the work and Liberia get better. That's all.
Okay. So we are going with my brother. Since you are the one in part of the clock, I think I will look at the time too myself.
Bring Prince was 2 minutes, 2 minutes 17 seconds. I mean, 2 minutes
This
17,
guy,
almost
I'm not gonna let
almost
the
3 minutes. But
I'm
it's
not gonna
okay.
let
But anyway, let me say this. Like what Prince was saying, I'll go there. I think Joseph Boakai have done well to appoint these people. The thing is that Joseph Boakai appointee is no different from Joshua appointee, and I'll tell you why. This is the reason, guys. You know, education is important and experience is important. You cannot separate all two of them. So some people were saying that experience is very is important and education. No, when you're educated, you have the experience is A plus. So it's very they're both of them go together. This is why we go to school. I didn't go to school to know what I know, to say, oh no, you know what, the person have the experience, but they don't have the education. Even here in the white man country, you can be an accountant. The more experienced accountant with a higher education will be your boss. That's the way it goes, right? So the other thing is that if Joseph Boakai promised the people that there will be a minister for each county, he need to stick to his promise. If you make a promise to somebody, you have to keep that promise. If you get 10 people from Lofa County to be in the government, and like George, where other people say he got a lot of crew people in the government, people will look at it in that way. But either way, if you have the competent people to do the job will be done. So I would say, so far, we have to give Joseph Boakai the benefit of the doubt and see the work that these people that are coming in, they are going to do. So a same thing with Judge Weah. He appointed other people that we feel that they were not capable of doing the job. Joseph Boakai have now appointed these people that even one of the ladies says she went to school here in Utah. I don't know that school. That school doesn't even exist. Okay, I here in Salt Lake City, I went to the University of Utah. If you put my knee on Google, you say Newton Peter Bowie, University of Utah, it will put my knee right up there. You're going to see it. You're not going to miss it. I even tried to run for student body president at the school. So it is always good for you to check to know if anybody can tell you say to go to school, put that name in the sun, put the university there, because you cannot call the school and the people give you information right away about somebody. No, here it's strictly private. Right? Nobody's going to just give somebody information, but I don't even hear about that school. But I'm not going to question the people he appoint because I don't know them. Maybe he know them much than me. Who is me? But I say education is important and experience is important. So in as much as he want the country to get better moving forward, I'm sure Joseph Boakai is looking at the education, he's looking at the experience. People will agree and disagree with him, but I'm sure confident that he know what he's doing. You know, because there was a guy who was talking about his father. You know, his father is gay, he dies, he died. He was talking on the other TV network. That doesn't matter. We get plenty of gay people in the American government anyway, and nobody cares. So whether he gay, he lesbian, if he can do the job and he get the qualification, let him do the job. If she can do the job and she have the qualification, let them do the job.
Yeah, as long he's not taking his whatever personal business to the workplace does. But anyway, my sister who is laughing, she's the one because I know my brother. I think this way is funny. All right, while I'm waiting for my sister to be okay, then we can get to. But first of all, there are comments here that we are going to talk about once it's done, and I get.
No, but Jefferson, hold on. But if I'm lying, you tell me say I'm lying. The government that we in right now in America here, you can count how many people. Yeah, we may not do that in Liberia, but don't judge somebody based on their sexuality, who they are. Their education and their experience is the most important thing we need to look at. So I think Joseph Boakai is on point right now.
Yeah. So, my sister, it's your time.
No, the way you say it, that's not
I
know. 2 minutes over.
Mr. Newton said it right. Yeah. Mr. Newton said it right. Here in America, as we all know, when you go for a job interview or before you even apply for a job, you will see the job on whatever link you're going on, and you'll see the qualification or what you need to have before you can even apply for that job. When you do not have those qualifications, you say, this is not for me. Okay. And when you see what fits in your boat, that's what you will apply for. And the president, I believe everyone have been saying this, like I said, I've been out of Liberia so long. Um, he has seen the people that he appointing, and I'm pretty sure he know their credentials. But it's not just about being educated. I'm not one of designer or all these things that Jefferson's saying about me, but I also have a nursing background. I've been in the nursing field also. So when you go for a nurse, it doesn't matter how long you've been, whatever in the nursing field. You still gonna need an interview. And when you go for that interview, they'll ask you what are your experiences or what are your experience. And you'll have to literally tell them which hospital you have worked with. Not only that, but what kind of people you have worked with, Alzheimer's, dementia, ER, different departments, because they really want to know that you're able to handle the kind of job you're going to be doing. That you won't spaz out when you see blood, you won't spaz out when you see operation wound, because they want to know that you are well equipped. So I believe those people that he has appointed, um, they have these things, and we shouldn't say because this person is from President Weah administration, so they can work in the government now. No, when this person have the qualification, they are well equipped to perform the job or the task. Just because I work for such and such hospital and I left from there doesn't mean I can work in this other hospital. You see, so we shouldn't have that mindset. Or just because I'm such and such tribe, no, we shouldn't do that. When these people are equipped, when these people are well empowered and have the credentials and experiences, the right one now. I'm not saying, Saba. And they are, they can be able to perform their tasks and to serve their country, because that's what they were trained for. They were trained to serve their country in the right way. But we shouldn't do no tribalism thing. We shouldn't do no, CDC and this other thing, or even campaign. Just because I help someone run a camp or run a campaign or run a campaign doesn't mean I need to be part of the government. What if I'm not
Exactly.
equipped for it?
Yes.
What if I do not have the credential for that? And
I'm glad you touched on that, sis, because somebody just commented. I'm going to bring a comment in a minute, but I myself I want to touch on that too, because I feel that, if you are somebody who is running for office, if you're making some promises, you should hold on to the promises. If you tell people that you will hire people from all over the country, do it, because I feel our history in Liberia, in our history, these one-sided thing has affected Liberia in the past. So for that reason, if you are somebody in our modern time running, you always need to think about these things. And besides that, we Liberian, we want to develop our country. The only way we will do it is for us to do it together. I don't care whether somebody is CDC or Unity Party. If you win the presidency, hire the right people. It shouldn't be about me. It should be about Liberia. How can we build Liberia? I don't care whether you are George Weah himself. If you have certain, if George Weah say I want to be the Lone Star coach, why I'm not in office right now, I will give him the position. I won't say because you used to be CDC, because you are my opposition. I think Liberians need to think about this. It shouldn't be about because you are part of that party. It should be about who is capable, who has the ability to do the job. It shouldn't be about who was part of my party, who is from my tribe, who is from my county.
that's
Many
it.
people are complaining recently that Joseph Waka they hiring people from Lofa County. And if this is true, it shouldn't be like that. It should be. Will you tell me the other 15 counties they don't have qualified people that you can get to that you can interview or that you can bring to the government? So I don't know whether that's true or not. That's the question that most of us have been asking. It should based on the people qualification. It shouldn't based on county. It shouldn't based on that. But at the same time, if you promise to bring all the 15 county in, that should be your focus during your hiring process. Um, I want to bring out some questions before I go to the before I go to the next question. It's some question. It's just statement the guy was making. I just want to bring out some of these things so you guys know. You don't know what you're talking about. I think when Prem was talking about that part of it where he said if they may hire 5% from Lo-Fi, maybe they are qualified. Maybe that's why that person made that statement. So he said, so why he promised? That's the promise part of it. Let me see this one. You criticize president for appointing people from southeast, but he is doing the same. So this guy talking about Josh Weah, when people used to criticize Josh Weah for hiring people from the southeast. Now Joseph Bakai doing the same thing. That's what he's trying to say. I think this one is because when Prem was making that statement, that's when this person he was saying that. That's Patrice, my sister
Mm.
Patricia, who is also our manager. Um, Okay, how will you tell me people suffer? Okay, this one I'm glad you touched on that because the president said how will people suffer during the election, like spend their resources
Oh
on the
my
party,
goodness.
and then they left, then they're pointing people from overseas. Well, you should know always some of you. That's what we were talking about earlier. That in Liberia, a lot of time, even during the war, it was people, those that were fighting. At the end of the day, they never got a position. At the end of the day, those that get a position are those who people find qualified. So maybe the people they are getting from overseas, they just feel they are qualified. I don't know, but that's
Well,
what the next campaign. You guys should be smart. Be careful what you do because at the end of the day, you
yeah.
suffer.
But
You
this,
Bruh.
this is why. Let me just add this quick, Prince. This is why I said on the show the last time.
Mhm.
What can I do? What can I do for my country? Not what the country can do for me.
Good for me.
Yeah,
So if you are going into the election having in mind that you are putting money because you want them to appoint you
Yeah.
into it, because that's what I say. So in Africa, politics is where people get rich. That
Yes.
people, instead of them going to do something different, they feel so you're putting your money not because you want the country to be changed, but you
Mm-hmm.
have in the back of your mind, I'm putting all this money because I want to get some position back, so you get all your resources and everything. And if that's the mindset that we have, it's wrong.
yeah.
That's
Mm-hmm.
why I talk about awareness and stuff. That's the question the person asking, and it's right. And then on the other part of the person saying, if you are behind George Weah and say George Weah got people from the southern part, then Joseph Boakai have to make sure he do the opposite, because you cannot be chastising somebody and say they're not doing the right thing, and then you come in power and you want to do the opposite. But if every government from Eden Johnson Sirleaf to George Weah, they all got people from America to work. So Joseph Boakai is not the first person to appoint people from the United States to go to Africa to work. So that will all. And if you have the people have the experience, why can they go do it? Why can they go help their country?
So,
Right.
Frank,
Yeah,
this one,
so
I think if you saying you were it was your comment that this person, if you want, I can start from the top, or if you understand what the person said, then you can comment on it. But this one, you got 1 minute.
I mean, is the person opinion too.
Yeah.
I give my opinion,
Yes.
and he's giving his opinion. We
Okay.
agree to disagree.
Yeah.
I don't think even if George Weah were hiring people from the southeast,
Mm.
if those people were not qualified, great. Then why is he? Why was he hiring them? Is bad. But if the people are qualified, also you want experienced people, but you want people you trust
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
too in leadership. Every leadership around the world, you want people trust. Because you could be sleeping in the Mecca, especially for Africa, where especially West Africa, where has been too many coup d'état. So are you going to hire? Are you going to hire?
And
Somebody who will take you out
Yeke
tomorrow.
Koluba as your defense minister.
Exactly. So those are things. There are different factors, and let me tell you, people make a lot of campaign promises around the world. Yeah, in
Exactly.
America, and when they get there, they see the reality, and some of it they don't go through with it. Not everything is good, not everything is bad, but what I'm trying to say, the way at which people were just basing has been basing the appointment too much on, they are counting down to the number of religion, people he has hired from
Mm.
specific religion, the
Mm.
number of people he have hired from specific tribe, from
Mm.
specific counties. And I'm saying, but you want change, you want things done. Can't you just maybe vet these people and know if they can do the work, if they are
But
qualified to do
Let me
it,
say
and
let me
and,
say
and,
it
and
this way.
let them do?
Let me say it this way, Prince. I don't. Sometimes it's not a bad thing to hire people from in one county, more people. But if you are intentionally doing it in the sense that I'm doing it because I'm giving my people job, those things create a problem in the past.
No,
So
yeah.
that's what some people might be concerned to say, why is he doing it that way? Because these things part of our history that created more problem. But if he's doing it because he feels these people are very qualified, if that's the mindset he has, people have to ask the questions to understand. There are some people that will do it based on their because they are opposition, but there are some people that might say, "Hey, why are you not hiring all Liberian?" So I think I can see things from that perspective too. I myself, I'm one of the person that will be all Liberian president, not one person president.
I,
Oh, so
I,
you think you're about
I
to run
also
for
think
president?
I also think he's hiring these people based on recommendation. Joseph Waka don't know everybody in Liberia. You know, he may have heard some of these people, but they're again the same thing we're talking about, Judge. Where there are people around Joseph Waka who say, Mr. President, the person will be good for this. I'm sure he think about it and stuff, but there are a lot of recommendations and stuff. But my thing is, if you make a promise, keep that promise. If you don't keep that promise, you're going to suffer the consequence in the future.
Yeah.
Don't make promises that you cannot keep.
Yeah.
Period.
The one thing I want Liberian people to that I would suggest as a Liberian, I hope that we stop saying these things that, oh, because other countries do it, so we can do it too. Because we have to be different too. Because to say, oh, because our country is something, like I've seen many Liberians will say, oh, because people protesting in America and other places. The difference between America and Liberia is every time Liberia does certain things, the whole international media frame it different than how they would do it and frame it. You know, when we are protesting, they say, "Oh, a country that came out of war, you know, Liberia is not safe again."
Right.
Yeah. So for me, I always advise Liberian that we have to be careful how we do things and let's do it our way, not because of how like Nigerian movies, somebody's acting and they're speaking Nigerian accent because they are seeing it in Nigeria. I said, no, be Liberian. Why are you acting like that? But anyway, let me go to the next thing, the next the next question so we can discuss. If you guys I know we are more than an hour now, but I'm really enjoying this conversation. If anybody want to come on, you can come on, and you guys that are on, if you know you have to rush somewhere, you know, you can always, you know, I don't want to keep you guys too much, especially my sister, her first time. I don't want her the next time I try to bring her, she say, ah, that man probably talk too much. So every time I go out, I guess
One thing I would say, this is an interesting topic.
yeah, these are
We can
interesting
cover
topics.
everything today.
Yeah, yeah,
Then we will not have a show for
yeah,
the next time.
yeah.
So what we can
Also,
cover today, we cover it.
yeah. So one thing I want to ask between Josh Weir and Boakai, who do you think will have international connections? Because I know these international connections are very important. It helps Ellen administration a lot. And so this question goes, you can give your opinion on that, you can pass on it, but who do you think will have international connections that may attract a lot of investors to the country?
So the first thing I would say, I'll go first. I will tell you that America, whole Liberia, period. If any president that become president for the Republic of Liberia do not have a close relationship with the United States of America, you're done. The reason I say this is that, look, George Weah have a lot of connection. He was a football soccer star, the only person who has who have ever get the footballer of the year in Europe, all over the world, in Africa. So he did have a lot of connection in France, in other places and stuff. Joseph Boakai has been the vice president for Liberia and work in Liberia, work with Eden Johnson Sirleaf, has his own connections and stuff. But his success will build on the relationship he had with the United States of America. Joseph Boakai cannot be friendly with a country that America don't want Liberia to be friendly with. That's the first. That's the first thing. So I think with the American putting their hand around him in the first place, wanted him to win the election, and they have come out openly to speak about the corruption in Liberia, that they dissatisfied the way the government was being run, and they have put sanctions on other government officials during the Weah regime. I think Joseph Boakai will have a lot of opportunity for him to do a lot of great things in Liberia. Now, Ellen Johnson said he had all the connection he did, but in my opinion, he failed. She failed. I don't care how people think about it because that's how I feel. I feel like she had a lot of protection from UN and other people. She had a lot of money that people were giving to her, a lot of things that they were doing to her that George Weah didn't have. You know, and I would say Joseph Boakai not even having the connection that both of them have, but his integrity and the relationship he had built with the United States of America will bring in a lot of investment. And they will watch it for the first 1 year to see how he will tackle some of these things that they were talking with George Weah. In my opinion, I will not tell you to say George Weah have more connection than Joseph Boakai. Joseph Boakai have more connection. I would say through his performance,
That's it.
we have a lot of people coming to support Liberia because people will not be free to be like, okay, you know what, the country is safe, I can go there and stuff like that. So he will be judged by his performance. But for right now, he has the support of the American government. That's all he need, bro.
For me, and this one, my brother, maybe it may sound like I will little bit disagree with you a little bit on one thing.
And that's
I
okay.
think, I think any Liberian leader should not be in a position to say, I want to get my loyalty to one country. Your loyalty should go to a country that want to help your country. That way, these because we have the resources, the natural resources, and things that these people want to. And for that reason, if we can do it in a way where we set the balance and say, you know what, this is a straight deal. You are not getting free thing from me anymore. I'm not just giving my loyalty to you as a country, but you have to work like everybody else. I'm doing it in the interest of my people, and trust me, you'll see other countries will be coming. They will be helping Liberia a lot. Let me give a little brief history. Long time ago, President William V.S. Thomas, his administration was not loyal to one country like the United States. He used to be straightforward in his thing. Even for that reason, it's the idea of taking charge and being a leader. That's why you see countries like Rwanda are doing great. Their leader, people criticize him, but at the end of the day, he's a leader. I work on a project with that guy in Beverly Hill, where when he got in the building, you see all these people, the state of California Supreme what's the position that
No.
governor, everybody were there. They were respecting him. And I was there in that same place. I was looking at the guy. I'm like, wow, people criticize him, but they respect him because
Mm.
he can say, I'm loyal to England, I'm loyal to US. At the end of the day, if you are sucking up to these people to say, oh, US, you're our father, they, where that got Liberia. Look at Ghana. Look at the other countries that have other people that they work with. These countries help them. We have been loyal to the United States. There are many times too that the US has let us down, to be honest with you. And so, yeah, Prince, you can say
No,
something.
let me ask you a quick question, okay? Just a quick question.
Yeah.
When Doe said we should pay American back, what happened? That's one. Two, even the Ghana you're talking about, Ghana that you're talking about, their airport, their private airport they have, it was being run by Delta Airline the whole time, sometime. So America is the most powerful country in the world.
Yeah.
They can do anything to bring you down, especially with the Liberian connection. But I agree with you. But if any Liberian president that go against the American government, you're not going to last long. That's the fact.
But let me tell you this: the only way, no, he asked me a question. Let me put it there. Prince, he asked me a question. If people, the American don't have nothing on you, they can do nothing to you. Let me tell you, if that was the case, someone like Rwanda president, that would have been a long time. But when though that you're talking about during those time, there were a lot of tribalism thing going on. So there were little leak in that area. It's easy to go to someone like we went by and say, "Oh, don't hate you, go against him." That part of it. That's when the spy thing, it called divide and conquer, can come in. But if they don't have nothing on you, like corruption and stuff like this, that other leader, like if you're a Liberian leader who is corrupt, or people around you killing other people, they will have something on you to use. But if you put yourself in a position of real leadership, like that guy William V.S. Thomas used to do, people when he was going to England, I saw video clips where the Queen of England will be waiting at the airport for him That's how powerful that guy was. Every country he went to, people respected him because he was not sucking up to nobody, but he was not rude. He knew how to handle things with these people. That America, if you suck up to them, they will play you big time. But if you don't suck up to them, you are a good leader that people, your own people look up to. There will be no way for them to do something. What I'm trying to say, put it in there, is that you want to build a house or a sport complex, and you open up for bidding. Everybody started bidding. You see the money you are requesting will go up more. People will pay more than the amount that you are asking for. But if you go to a person and say, I got this, can you buy it? They will want to buy it cheap. So that's what I'm trying to say. Our country, we have leaders that will be like, you know, I'm in this position. My country had a lot to offer. If you want to work with us, this is what we want from you. Liberia will be in the right position. United States is a great country for Liberia to work with, but they shouldn't get free things from us. We should be in a position where they can work for it to give, so we can benefit from them a lot. We can benefit a lot from the United States than any country, but we don't need to do it the free way. I think Prem wanted to say something.
Yeah, I mean, that is more complex than we any of us can define here. Because when you say, "Oh, you have to be loyal to America," then they will do for you. George Weah was one of the most, in my lifetime, the most loyal Liberian president to the U.S. There's so many times Liberia voted in favor of the U.S. The U.S. diplomatic missions in the UN. George Weah came and spent almost a month, 2 weeks in America. Even spend time at the White House and all of that. But it's go deeper. There's a lot into this, and that we can just brush on the surface, but it go deep, deep, deep. I think at the end of the day, whether Joseph Boakai will benefit, the administration will benefit more from the U.S. government, we wait to see. But I see that he's also making other connections with other countries so far. That have been sending diplomats to Liberia and meeting him, even at his private home. They've been
Right.
going there and meeting, and there are things they have been saying, and he's been pushing Liberia agenda. We just have to wait to see. I think when the administration ends, then we can make this comparison. Jawia administration and Joseph Boga administration who have more international connection, but it's too soon to grade administration that is already gone to
Right.
administration that is already starting. The U.S. government is giving Joseph Boakai the same ultimatum they gave George Weah: get rid of corruption. If Joseph Boakai do it, we will see. But it will be maybe 2 3 years into administration, we will start to reap those fruit. Otherwise, if the American government just love Joseph Boakai out of nowhere and say we don't care what you do, we love you, then the Liberia should have qualified for the compact. But they what? They say, you know what, your administration just coming, we want to see. So it's gonna take time, and we
Yeah,
will see. But when it comes to that diplomatic relationship between America and Liberia, it runs deep,
yeah.
deep. Sometimes I ask myself, why are there no American universities in Liberia? Why are there no American colleges, hospitals? In Liberia. I'm not talking about what America built because they built the JFK. I'm talking about actual hospital being run, like you have a branch in America and branch in Liberia, and because you see it's in Morocco,
Yeah.
it's in Egypt, in Saudi Arabia.
But it's all about negotiation to bring
So you
people can
know,
negotiate. Then, yeah,
why? So sometimes I think about that, but it runs deep. There was some certain time when there was some of these things in Liberia that the
Hmm.
people will tell you about when you went to Yekepa, they used to call it small America. You know, Americans were pulling into Liberia,
That's
and
because
so these things were
yeah,
following, and there were some of those things. So
yeah,
you know, we just got to pray for the country and hope
yeah,
for better relationship. By the end of the day, I get your point to Jefferson. Maybe we would not want a president that just lay down flat on the ground and say, America can war on me because we are is a sovereign nation, right? But at the same time, too, we want a better relationship with America too,
yeah,
and
Right.
see the things that we hope to see,
yeah,
things in America, in Liberia.
yeah.
And one time, the previous past the former ambassador of America, he went to public and he made a statement that, oh, there are talks in Washington to send American engineers to Liberia to help with the roads.
Mm.
And I was so happy because all you know everywhere you see Chinese engineers, right? And I've traveled across America on by roads, so I
Mhm.
know the type of engineering they have put into
Mhm.
roads. One American engineering company can build our roads across the whole
Yeah,
country in 1 year time.
yeah,
So we just gotta pray for a better Liberia and
yeah,
America relationship tomorrow.
yeah.
Not praying for Liberia to suck up to the US, but praying for a better relationship that respect each other and want to do a lot more in Liberia.
Yeah. So I now my sister, sorry, it's your time now to give your comment on that.
I'm
Um
good.
one thing I can say for sure that my sister speak your mind, and then we will see where we can move her to, or we will see what happens. I like the different opinion on the show.
Right. I
Yeah.
mean, everybody is they're right in their own capacity. We have to give time for our president to work along with the states, the United States. And he is a teachable person. He is a lovable person. He seemed like a person that know what he wants. He seemed like a person that, you know, that is straightforward. Anyone you talk to about President Joseph Boycott, they always say he's a strict man. He's a straightforward person. And so I'm pretty sure he has stayed in the government long enough to see the rising and the falling, to see what needs to be done and what deals need to be made. Because sometimes when you're not on the field, you see all the mistakes. Oh man, why he didn't kick the ball this way? Why he didn't do this way?
Yeah.
But when you're actually in that game, the sun is hot, you're thirsty. I mean, you just got to do what you got to do, you
Yeah.
know. But I'm pretty sure he has watched the game from a point where he has seen the mistakes, he has seen the shot falling, he has seen what could have been done, what should have been done, you know. And I'm pretty sure he's not just coming to have the name or, oh, he finally made it, or he want to be President Boycott, but he came into this place, into this place of leadership to make a change in his country. And I'm pretty sure his relationship with the United States will make a difference. And
Yeah.
with other countries, he's a man with a head, you know, on his shoulders, and he know what he wants to do for his country, which is good.
Yeah. Thank you, sis. I like when I'm not pointing the finger at anybody. Even I'm looking in different direction. I like how my sister is good with the mini management thing. I'm putting a finger on that side. Nobody can say me. I don't want hala hala.
Now your two of you went over the meaning just now and buy another additional meaning for yourself.
No,
So
no. I learned from somebody recently. They said that when you are posting, when somebody wrong, when you are posting on things that Facebook, that person always think it's about them. Your post is about them. Why am I saying this statement? It's being guilty. But anyway, the last thing that I want to talk about, then after we go through this one, then everybody can give their if you guys still want to stay, it's up to you that we can stay. But then after this, what I'm about to ask, then you guys can give your individual opinion overall, opinion. But this one I'm about to ask, for me, I think it's a big deal. Nowadays, all these countries that are doing well in Liberia, in Africa, are good at this, the sanitation problem. Every country that is doing well in Africa right now, sanitation is one of the good things that they are taking care of. But Liberia has a serious sanitation problem. What do you think is how can we clean, especially Monrovia? How can we clean? How can we deal with our sanitation problem? This is you guys' individual opinion. Sis, I want to start with you this time.
Um, it's a big topic, and I always say education. Originally, when I came from Liberia, I resided in Providence, Rhode Island, and I started from middle school. And our science class from middle school, yes, our science class, we had a project. I had a great teacher, and one of our project was to clean a city. And we live in a suburb, a beautiful area where there was really no dirt. But yet she educated us, my teacher, a Nigerian lady. She educated us. She told us that, where you live, you are in control of that area. And you need to make sure that area is well kept. You need to make sure that area is sanitized because it doesn't only beautifies the place, it ties to your health. It ties to your health. And that is one thing. Our people, it's not just about getting on the street and cleaning the street. People have to be educated. Because if they're not educated, they're going to do the same thing again and again and again and again. People gotta, there has to be classes about sanitation. There has to be classes about keeping the environment clean. Even our water bottle, you'll see on this label, recycle.
Yeah.
The message is everywhere. And that is one thing America have. Um, Education is like everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. And in the schools, even the little kids are being taught about recycling, about reusing. And I think that has to be done in our country. The teachers have to be aware that it is okay to send these messages out there. And another thing, just the other day I was on YouTube. I believe they had the couple of years back, if I'm not mistaken, you can correct me, they took the people from red light and they built a market for them. Only to find out the people are back
Hmm.
and the market is empty.
Oh yeah, Sally made that video.
Is it? The market is, yeah, I think I saw it from
Liberian
Liberia.
TV.
Yeah, the market is empty and the people are on the street. It starts from here. It starts from up here because the mentality is that, their markets are not being bought in the market building, but where they're used to selling, people, it's easy for customers to go there. But another thing, it has to be done from the head. You know, the head has to push this. And if it's coming from the president or if it's coming from whoever in that department, they have to be tough on this. This is a tough thing because people are prone to do things that they're not supposed to do when they're so grown in it. They are so comfortable in it. But it's making a country look ugly. It's depriving a country of the beauty it's supposed to have. So sanitation begins from education. It's not just grabbing people, go on the street and clean up. Tomorrow morning, you're gonna come back and you'll find right there. So you have to educate the people. You have to let them know this is, and there has to be consequences. Over here, we do not litter. You see, there are fines for littering in the states. Some places is $500 fine. Some places even up to $1,000
Oh
fine
yeah,
if you
yeah.
litter. Even you're driving, you just throw something out of the car, and a cop is in that area, you're gonna get fined.
Oh yeah.
So some of these measures has to be taken. Don't say, oh, it's Africa, but let's take what we know here and carry there to better our own land.
Yeah.
That's it.
So,
I
Mr. Prince Akbar, I see you put your hand up.
Yeah, I definitely agree with her. Things I want to add to, and she pointed out at the end, penalties. People are
Mm-hmm.
not being penalized in
Mm-hmm.
Liberia, not anymore. When I went 2015, you could not just pull your trash. You couldn't leave from the community, especially in Moria, uh, and just come out and pull your trash, even if there was dump stuff there. You are not allowed to just leave in the community, come and drop your trash in that dumpster. The dumpster was there for those that are cleaning the streets to put trash there. Why I learned that because my son, we were in the house, we ate everything. My wife sweep, and she tell our son, "Hey, go put the trash behind that." He went on the street and threw the trash in the dumpster, and they grabbed him.
Mm-hmm.
That was 2015. Then you go back later, years later, of our Panamanian, and there was no more penalties, there were no more restriction. Anybody can just come and throw trash. So then trash start piling up. So there has to be penalties, and the implementation. In the last 6 years, the implementation, just disappeared. I remember 2015. When I learned that day when I went to talk to the guys, people were collecting the so people were collect there were people who would come to the communities to collect people trash. People pay for trash to be collected, and then um, that just disappeared. So everybody started going to the street to throw your trash. You don't do it yet.
No.
You don't do it. So there needs to be penalty. And sometimes you see a huge pile somewhere in the community. Before that trash be removed, people should everybody in that area, every house should be tasked to pay, and people will pay. There are people can be willing to. Some people can be so tired with the trash piling up there, and they're asking when would the government can remove it. If you charge people, they will pay. That will create effectiveness to remove the trash too. So there has to be penalties. People need to be penalized, but also the implementation needs to be strategized. Just to add up quick, what you were saying about people not going to the market, I don't blame the marketeers too, because they build a market without structuring how the people should have gone to the market. You can't send the people to the market and then leave the stores that are selling retail goods on the street, because then the people say, but then those that the buyers come and stop on the street in the stores and buy the goods by retail rather than coming to us in the market way behind there. So there should have been structure that where they were encouraging, as they were building those markets, encouraging those stores that sell retail to go to get relocated. If they are going to do that, everything are going to be in structure. When I went to Liberia 2020, 21, and 22, I was on my way to Grange there. I stopped in Rayla. I bought down to milk, tie up. I bought it right in the store. Tell me now, the beginning holding a mill selling. Why would he go in the market when it's in the stores right there? Soap, you can go buy one something of soap in the store. Why would the guy have the Yana brother have his market in the wheelbarrow, go in the market way behind there when the Lawani man, Fuller man, selling their stuff retail right there. Buyers will come and stop on the road. They will not go to the store. So that structure was not there. I'm so sorry they built a beautiful market and they didn't build the structure to move. When they were building that market, they should have started telling all those stores that the only people that will stay here are people that are selling wholesales. Those that are going to sell retail, you need to start making your way now to build structure. Or we inviting people, construction people, start building stores around that market over there, because we're going to start sending everyone that's selling retail over there. You are going to see the structure. Everybody are going to move. But you're telling the little people that are selling go, but the people that are selling in the store that are selling by retail stay. It's not going to work.
All right. Well, my friend Newton, that's your time.
Yeah, so that's a really important topic, and what I have to say is just few steps that I need to put together. In 2006.
Oh, my brother, sorry to cut you up. This is coming from Newton. It's even more powerful to our viewers because this man worked for the city, and this topic has to do with more city. And this one, I'm being real, and I'm being no joking business. This man worked at the city. He has experience in that area, so I look forward to hear what what he has to say. That's what I've been waiting the whole time. But I respect my people here, their opinion too, of course. This is,
Right.
yeah.
So in 2015, the city of Gresham in Oregon hired me to work with them because they were having a homeless population problem. So if you Google my name, if you put Newton Bowie, the city of Gresham, you will see me there. And they hired me, they gave me an office for me to stay in, they gave me a car, it's a dream job and everything like
President
that.
Parker, are you listening?
And it's a dream job. I worked there, I lived there. I decided to come back to Utah after 1 year because my wife like Utah much better. They tried to give her a job. They tried to beg her. I'm not
Oh,
bragging, but if you search it, you're gonna see it. They did a video for our wedding just for her to stay. She
oh,
refused, and
Wow.
we have to come back. But when I entered the city of Gresham and I saw the people, the same thing. There were homelessness, there were dirt everywhere. I told
mm-hmm.
the mayor that, the first thing I wanted to do was to go among the people, not to just sit in the office. So I needed a van. I needed a nice little van that I can go, that I can go. I have my own department and everything that I was heading, but I jumped in the middle of the people. Why am I saying this? The first thing in Liberia, the city mayor, I hope the new one, maybe he will listen to this and stuff like that. But the first thing is to, first of all, the market people, the school, all the business people around, all these people have to come under one roof, have a meeting and discuss. Because
Mm-hmm.
the government will not be able to do everything. Like, for example, the city of Pinsville, the city mayor of Pinsville can put the people together, talk to them, and then they start working from there because the dirt, the laymen on the street will just take things and throw it and do what they want to do when there's no enforcement, right? In
Mm-hmm.
Liberia, there's no enforcement. There's no consequence of me peeing on the street. There is no consequence of me taking anything and throwing it anywhere. So when there is no consequence, then people do what they want to do. When you show example to two people, even one person, and it's over the news and everywhere, people seeing it, trust me, nobody will want to do that. So the city mayor need to get with all the businesses, all the big businesses, have a meeting and tell them, because you have to start with it, that every business have to have a trash can, a bigger trash
Right.
can in front of their businesses where they will be able to take. The government also play their part. They have to have those trucks that will come and take those trash cans and go and dump them in the river or somewhere. So you can have private entity working together, even have people outside the United States working to help, not Liberian people, but like a city, like the city mayor can come to Utah and visit the city of Utah, the mayor of Utah, and say, how can I improve my city? What are some of the things you guys are doing here, and how can you guys support us? All those things. So if you start doing those things, trust me, Morovia will be clean. Like I was telling my friends, if I can work as a city mayor for 1 year with no pay, you will see the difference.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because it's not more about talking, it's about doing,
Yeah.
right? So a lot of my friends will say, they call me, they say walk and do, or action man. I talk, but when I want to do something, you have to. So bringing these people together, educating them and be aware, and the most important is enforcement. If you cannot enforce, we're driving down the same thing you guys talking, because to offender there, I have some place, our buildings, apartment. You see police people with ratting, beating the people. Oh, yeah, move on outside. Do you think that's an enforcement? Is that the way to do something? And then you get a man small thing, the man moving and start people on the road, somebody can get killed. That's not enforcement.
Yeah.
Now, the ticket system in Labrador doesn't work.
Yeah.
Anybody, if you go to Douala, you're going where the men get ticket, the men get passing around, they get that ticket, they know the kind of car they will book because they know they will get something from that car.
Yeah.
So how would I take that kind of person serious? You see, so you need somebody who will do the work and have a very enforce the implementation of what they're going to bring. That people have to buy in. The private sector have to buy in. The private sector and the public sector both have to buy in for us to be able to make it work. Trust me, Labrador will be clean now. Let's go to those representatives who live in those districts, who they give money for their constituent. If you have $500, if they were giving you $10,000 every month for your district, and you tell me you hire 20 men and women to work in that district to be sweeping and cleaning, and you paying them $50, $60 a month, do you think they're going to refuse? They're not going to refuse because nobody get job. You're giving people job.
Yeah.
Those are the people that are even going to be implementing the street now and say, we don't want clean the place. We can't let anybody throw anything on the ground here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But nobody is willing to invest. The government is not willing to invest too much. The private sector is not willing to invest too much. Until all these guys can come together and work together, like bro, will always be like that. I went to Zimbabwe. I traveled half of the African continent. I went to Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe before, you see women sweeping on the street in Harare. You will not see a single dirt. You will see women. You think those women, those were their job. They were paid. How much were they even paying them? But you will see those women sweeping the street. They think you see Murray Broca. People follow Murray Bro. You go downstairs one time. They clean, they play. Then she go. Then the people come by, they post up. That's not the way to do it. The way to do it is to post standard that you're going to follow. So if you go to the city of Gresham right now, my name is in their archive for the way I tackle the homeless services in that city. I bring the school, I bring the businesses, I bring the government, everybody together and say, look, this is everybody's problem. How can we work together to solve this problem? Let's have an agenda and then follow that agenda. So for Liberia to be clean, it's not going to be easy. Then the sister talk about education. Education is very important too. That's where the awareness come in. Is that we have to have a campaign. The campaign is not to say, oh, Joseph Bakaya went clean today. I saw people there. We clean it today. That clean it. I get one time clean. The campaign has to be on TV. It has to be. We have to have a big bulletin board everywhere, like bureau. Like that's what you call campaign. That you put there. You have to have meetings in those communities, and people are willing to work to post stuff together. That's what you call campaign. Now, few people coming together to go sweep because they're coming to do inauguration one day. Then they say, oh, with that campaign cleaning, it's not going to work, my brothers and sisters. So for Liberia to come together, for that country to be clean, we have to put a policy in place that we have to enforce.
Yeah.
That beating people will not solve the problem. But putting people down and say, we're going to do A, B, and C and stick to the plan. Yeah. It will change. That's my own contribution, but it's not a small thing right now.
I think quickly, trash is the big business in the world. I was watching a documentary of New York. They collect trash. Trash is a big business in the world. Countries ship trash to different countries and they get paid. Cities ship trash to different countries and get paid. So the city of New York is accepting trash because they use it for renewable energy. So they take out those things that can be recycled. The bottom one, they have a machine. Is like a flame burning machine that suddenly recycle it. It create energy. I think I also saw another documentary of Tokyo. So Liberia is sitting on money, on trash, and they're playing with it. Yeah. We get electricity not stable in that country, where there are machines that can turn trash into energy, and we're playing fun with it. Yeah. Let's look into this area and stop worrying about trash.
I think, Brian, one of the things, you see how this brother just explained it, because that's his area when it comes to the city management and stuff like that. And that's why Liberian president or whoever need to hire the right people. If you take somebody, you make them a mayor because they are part of your party, that's the problem. That's one of the biggest problems Liberia has. Every city has a system. Every Thursday, people come and pick up trash in my neighborhood. Every Thursday. And for that, we have our trash can. They are here. But as soon as Wednesday night, I have to take my trash can there. And I have a recycled drum. I have a trash can. That's what I meant. I have a regular trash area. I can throw things that's supposed to go into regular trash into recycle. I could get fined. These are the things that the system, people you hire. When you are talking this, it frustrates me sometimes. Sometimes on Facebook, when we post stuff like this, somebody will be arguing, oh, it's the citizens themselves not helping themselves. I said, because the mayor cleaned the last time and the people dirty the place. I said, do you know what will happen if the city of LA don't come in my neighborhood for 3 weeks? There will be the trash cans will be there, will be piling up.
It just happened in our area recently.
Yeah. It didn't take but it also it's not free, right? You have to
Exactly.
pay, you're paying
Exactly.
for it, right? So the library, that's another way too that income can come in. That's what I was trying to say. They can tax them. Like
Yeah.
this is your business, is your responsibility for your
Yeah.
business to be clean. When we come back here and your business is not clean, we're going to fine you $500. That
Yeah.
$500 you have to pay. But guess what? They will find the person $500. The people who go in there to go carry this person,
But
that
take
man
it.
will give them $150 and they will
Yeah.
scratch the ticket. So
Yeah.
if you do that, then the man he have no respect for you because
Yeah.
he's going to say, you know what, these people are just going to come here and they're just going to come do this and nothing going to happen. Like
Yeah.
our labor commission in Liberia, I don't know how they work, but for those who go to Liberia, I go to Liberia every year. I go to certain places that I see that people work and I want to cry because there is no equipment. You see where the person is working, there is no proper equipment for that person. That person can get hurt at any time, no insurance, no nothing. Then I'm asking myself, what is those guys doing? I'm sure they can go over there, they see those things, but then they just give them something and they go their way. You see, so that's the way it is. Because if you're having your trash can, you pay. It's not free. I
Yeah.
pay
No,
the city of
it's
West
not free.
Jordan
Yeah,
for
it's not free.
my trash. I
Yeah.
have to pay for it for them to come and take it all the time.
Yeah.
So Labra, we can institute the same thing. We start with the business at first. You have this business area, it has to be clean. If
Yeah.
your business area is not clean, we're going to fine you.
But
And we're not
how,
going to fine you small money.
my brother, you see, you have that mindset. It's all boiled down to the leadership. Are the leader willing to really keep supervising people and enforcing these kind of rules? In this city that we live in, this leadership that we have, they're the one that working, supervising their team. I have in my neighborhood, it's close to Beverly Hills, Silver Lake. And the place here, there is, even when they are not picking up trash, they are also when they are not collecting the trash on the days like Thursday, they will come and collect the trash with a dump truck. When they are not doing the days before, there will be people on the sidewalk blowing, the street.
Mhm.
The street blowers that for the leaves that fall, and there are people that picking up trash on the street from the city. But I hate to hear all the time Liberians saying, "Oh, the city mayor cleaned the place like 3 months ago, and the people started to play again." I said, "But if you think go to South Central, it's not how it is in Beverly Hills or Silver Lake. South Central, because they don't have that system, so you go to South Central is dirty. What's the place in Skid Row, and that's the perfect example you can show. You get, and then they say, "Well,
I also let me just make this also clear so you guys can know.
yeah,
Abra is dirty. We understand that we're trying to work together to make it better. But also to even America that have the great system, there are some cities in America that are already dirty. If you have been to Philadelphia, there's
Oh,
certain part of Philadelphia, if you have been there, I just want to make so that we just be clear that these things, it depends on the city, it depends on the state, it depends on the governing of the city. Like, for example, Pittsville city can be cleaner than Monrovia because Pittsville have their own mayor. So it depends on how the leadership come in to take that city and run with it. So there are other cities in America that when you go to like Detroit and other places in certain parts that you'll be, is this Africa?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make that.
No, that's it.
I was telling someone the other day, Rwanda have one of the biggest ghetto in East Africa, the biggest slum.
Yeah.
Right.
But the areas that you expect to go and be clean in Monrovia, it's not clean.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
that's
people.
No, I got it, but I just wanted to put that, like, even if you go to Dakar, you go to Senegal, if you go to Dakar is great, but you start going to Telejalo, Peking, in the suburb, in the other places, you're going to be like, oh my goodness. So I don't want us to be too harsh on Liberia. I don't want us to be too harsh on Liberia. I just want us to be fair. Even the great Ghana that all the Liberia talk about and stuff. You go to Accra, great place, nice people. Once you start going to the suburb of Accra, that's where you're going to really know that, oh my goodness, I haven't seen this far. So let us be too harsh on Liberia.
Let me tell you this.
That's what I was saying. We expect the areas in Monrovia that's supposed to be clean.
Right.
And then you go to Cinco area, you go inside, you see Cinco used to be one of the cleanest.
Right.
And now you see people throwing dirt everywhere. You go to Maba Point, it's not like it used to be before. You hardly saw zinc shop. in Mapa Point. Now you go, you see somebody just pour their little sitting shop by the road somewhere. Where is the luxury areas in Morovia?
Yeah,
Right.
that's the problem. You see, that's a big problem
Uh,
that we have. You
before
see here,
before
here,
we go, I have a quick question for three of you before we go. Sorry,
okay.
it's quick. So I want to bring that. This is my question quick before we go. I want to know. I have been watching the Liberian politics since the time George Weah become president, and I see that Jefferson Kochi, to me, he's one of the most hated person in the George Weah government. I want to ask you guys each, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but I want to know why. I think for me, seeing George Weah, I mean, trying to give opportunity to people, and I think like looking at young people to do certain things, and people look at. But every time when I look at the like a social media or people are talking and stuff. People, even you yourself, Jefferson, you mentioned this
I
guy.
yeah,
You, yeah,
I have the, I
you
have
also
the
mentioned
answer.
this guy. So I just wondering, like for you guys, why do people so hate this guy? Why do some people, not everybody, why is he so like why is it like that? Why is people not either giving the benefit of the doubt or like people just against him? Is that what's the thing? I just want to know what's the rationale behind this.
I think for me, I have a clear answer to that. Do like this is my thing. I'm not. You see, I like Liberian who want to influence other Liberian to make a difference in the sense of making a difference. You can't be doing the old Liberian politics where you say because it's not me, it's not good. Then when I get there, I'm doing worse than you were doing. You see, if you were doing something, my brother, you're working in Liberian government. What if we both were running for office and you win the thing? I will let you do your work. And if I have to support you, I will support you. But I can't say everything you do is worse. And then when I finally get the opportunity, then I became the worst human being ever. That's the problem with Jefferson Coaching. During Ellen time, people like Jefferson Coaching, then they were carrying protests everywhere. As if when he gained that seat, he will do more. When Jefferson Coaching became mayor under his leadership, you can see the difference his mayor, him as a mayor compared to Mary Brown as a mayor, there's a big difference. The city, there's no system, things even got worse, trash. Some of us, we don't hate him, but I'm thinking, this guy, every week, he having 3, 4 press conferences. I'm like, all these things you are doing, promoting yourself and the CDC party, you could be out there helping, supervising, being a manager or being a leader. It's not only to sit, like you were saying, it's not to sit in the office and tell people do that. Be on the field yourself. If Jefferson Kochi were walking in Monrovia, you see more than 300% behind him. Why can't you use the opportunity to tell these people, hey, you help me. Let's clean the city. Volunteer. We are giving student credit. Though we have the internship. Anybody coming to help us? I mean, create kind of stuff. He's a young guy who has good following, but he was not using it. He was using it in a sense of campaigning. What they should have focused on doing things for the Liberian people than campaigning. That was one of my biggest problems with Jefferson Kochi. I feel he wasn't doing his job. Certain time he would be telling people, "Oh, I'm a mayor. I'm not a trash cleaner," or he would be saying things like, "Oh, when we clean the place, the people dirty the play again." I said, but that's how it is everywhere. When you
Yeah.
clean the place, people will always dirty the place. That's why you have rules. The people follow the rules. You keep educating the citizen. So the problem that many people have with Jefferson Kochi, he wasn't focusing on doing his job. He was focusing more on press conferences and just parading all around with the whole city thing. When you become one thing I advise anybody that become like even the new mayor, he shouldn't make everything about Joseph Wakai. If you want to get more Liberian volunteering, he should say let clean Liberia. Promote that cleanness, that thing. The moment you do it about CDC or Unity Party, that's the more people will start going back. Liberian that's supposed to help you because you made it about party, the same way you made everything about tribalism, it'll be like that. So Jefferson Kochi, I'm sure he's a good guy, but he wasn't doing the thing the right way, and he criticized other people before that, and then he became one of the worst mayor, I think, in my own opinion. So I think Prem may have something.
Yeah, I was always dying to meet Jefferson Kochi when he was mayor, to ask him, sir, what is your legacy? And when he started naming, oh, we the park, then I'll be like, no, that's Josh. We are.
Mhm.
legacy. What is your own legacy? I was excited when Jefferson Koje was announced mayor of Monrovia, even though he didn't meet the qualification. But I thought he was going to be that young man that made a difference and changed the narrative, you know, because we saw other young people doing well in different areas. Like NAFA, that guy did really extremely well. I know UP might change her because she was CDC, but they are not rushing because even up to now, she still get the World Bank, the European Bank, supporting her agency. My man Bwaka Bole was at the drugs distribution institute or something. He was going at a certain point driving the trucks to deliver drugs to places when he realized that drivers were abandoning their jobs. As a director, there were some of them young people that people criticized. That the girl they sent to ERBC. She was young. She was just a journalist when Jawia hired her and appointed her to go there. But she did extremely well. ERBC got really improved. You saw the studios, and so many they got well equipped than it was before. I was looking at Jefferson Koje to transform, change that when people say, "Oh, that small boy, he literally don't know nothing." The president hired him. Use that opportunity to make a difference. The first thing when Joseph Braga hired this the girl who's leading the executive mansion press team right now, the first noise that came up, that little girl, what she know. But then you see she's pushing, she does. If I watched a press conference, I was impressed
Yeah.
how she was responding. And she keep pushing. I was so happy to see they put a video together of the president first day into the executive. And you following the executive mansion press corps now, you seeing they are putting things out every time, putting things out. They're not sitting down and relaxing. So if you're a young man and giving a position that people start criticizing you because you're a young man, go beyond the expectation and do it. And he wasn't. I'm so sorry that when he got there immediately, yeah, I think he set up every 10 week was gonna be trash, cleaning up week. And boom, the first week, first month, second month, man was all there. And then you realize how that thing stopped, how it didn't stop. Nobody know. The next thing he complaining that people are the cause of the trash. Why are you not sitting down? And we are blaming him, but there is a whole department called MCC in the city mayor office. Why was the the person who was their MCC director? Why were they not doing their job? Why is it that he wasn't on their back 4 to 4? Yeah, you're not there to clean trash, but you get a man who's in that department, and then you call on the European Union, the Americans, and other for not helping, and the American and the people had to wake up and give a statement. You have everything in your hand as a city mayor. Put things together. Sit down with people, as Nathan said. Sit down with people. Discuss how can we solve the problem we have. You see, I admire the volunteers that have been doing. You see different people start joining them. NGOs, other people are joining them to do this, to clean around the city. You inspire people when you move. But you can't sit there and say, "Oh, the way they used to donate trucks to alien government, they're not doing it to us." So that the people fought. What are you doing? And so I used to wish that I was gonna go to Moria, get a chance to meet Jefferson Koje and ask him, "Bro, what are you doing for your own legacy?"
Yeah.
If Jefferson Koje could be removed tomorrow, what would people remember you for?
Yeah.
And
So,
I didn't get a chance
yeah.
to, but that's it.
Our sister, do you have anything to add on that?
Well, I do not know him personally. I know him as a friend. I really do not follow Liberian politics,
mm,
maybe as I should, but
mm,
I believe when you are given a platform, you are held accountable, despite your age,
mm,
despite whatever, because there was something I was seeing in you, I would suppose, or I would expect. That's why that position or that platform was given to you. So the government or the people are looking up to you or they are holding you accountable. And let's say you do not know what to do. That's where wisdom come in place. Reach out to those who have been there, or do your own research, or reach out for help. Seek wisdom. Wisdom is so important. Most of the time I see our people, they only look forward to the title, but every title has responsibilities that comes with it. It's not just about the title. I may be a wife, but I have so much things that I have to perform as a wife. It's not just about wearing the ring, you know. So it's not just about being whoever he was, city mayor. It's about performing a task. And sometimes it's good to listen to the people. When you hear too much noise, it's find out what's going on. How can I do better? Like the brother said, your legacy. And sometimes you want to leave a mark. You want to be able to say, for people to say, oh, when such and such was here,
yeah,
this is what took place. And these are the change that took place. And people, you say, let your work speak for you. It's not the
yeah,
big shock kind of a thing.
yeah,
No, and that's what's sadly to say. Maybe you may not agree with me, but that's why a lot of Liberians go for. Do you
mm,
know who I am? I'm
yeah,
Toba daughter. I'm Toba grandchild.
yeah,
What am I doing? What am I doing for the country? It's not about the name. That
yeah,
name of it. What am I doing as
yeah.
a person, as an individual? What changes am I bringing? What changes am I causing to take place? So I think, like they said, maybe he could have done better, like seeking help, seek wisdom, ask people, seek wisdom, seek knowledge.
Consultation is
Yeah,
everything too.
it's so important. You don't have to know it all. You don't.
Yeah,
But the beautiful thing is reach out for help. Reach out for help. And most people do not want to do that because they don't want to seem like they don't know. Most people don't want to do that. You see, a lot of people are failing because, oh, they put me in this place. I need to know. That's why they put me there. No,
you
seek
don't
help.
need to know. Yeah.
That's what will make you an effective leader.
Mm-hmm.
You know, seek
Even your
wisdom.
employees, even your
Yeah,
employees,
exactly.
you find out from them.
Because some of the people that honor you, they've been there for a while. They've been there for a while, and they can give you some counsel. Just that's my intake on that.
Yeah. Good. I mean, this is a great discussion so far. I know I've been keeping you guys here for a while. If you guys still want to stay this time, I'll give you guys the
One more question, my man. We want to stay. One more question. What do each and every one of you expect from the Joseph Walker government?
Oh,
What
that's
do we?
it. You
We'll
see,
start from
it's
the
like,
lady. We'll start from the. I'm taking over the moderator
Oh,
now.
you take the
We're
lady.
gonna start. We're gonna start with the lady. We're gonna start with the lady again.
They may want for you.
I like this stuff. I like this stuff because that's why I bring you
I'm
guys.
gonna I'm gonna be the moderator. I'm gonna be the moderator now for this question. So I will start with the lady.
It's
What
something
are the
more.
as we're talking about the Joseph Walker government? We know Joshua is gone, and we all some people have mixed feeling. Other people say he did well. Other people say he screwed up. Now the Liberian people has spoken and say we don't want Joshua. We want Joseph Walker. Now that Joseph Walker become president now and he appointed people, what is your own expectation moving forward with this president?
Well, moving forward with our president in chair right now. Once more, congratulations to him. Um, I would expect him to ask, like I said, everybody know when you talk about the president, everyone usually say, "Oh, he's a straightforward man." The first thing I'm asking that God will continue to help him with is that he will continue to be firm. That pressure wouldn't override him. That he'll continue to be firm. He will continue to be a man of integrity. Yes, because sometimes power or certain position, leadership has a way of bending you. You understand me? Because of pressure, because of oh, I want to please the people, or no. I pray that he continue to be firm and stand as a man of integrity. Secondly, um, like I stated, I have not been to Liberia for X amount of years. But when I see our teens, I see our young women, I'm a young woman myself, it's very saddening. I pray that education go to those rural area and that education becomes so accessible that even in the interior, that people will be able to access, knowledge. Our young women won't have to sell themselves for certain things. You understand me? I pray that education would be so available to everyone. Like you stated, you said there's a lot of private schools and public schools. When I was coming, I left Liberia. I had just passed to the fifth grade. I was in the fourth grade. I was attending private school. I already didn't see a lot of public school there. And yeah, and I expect him to be able to, by the leading of the Lord, to be able to hold people accountable. Accountability is so important. I'm Apart from my business and everything else, I have been in the nursing field for quite a while. And one of the things we do is accountability. When you get on that floor, or the first thing you do when you get to work, you go to the nursing station, see what your assignment is, see what you need to do for that day. You are accountable for all the patients that are given to you. You pass around, make sure they are breathing, make sure they're healthy, make sure they're clean. It's accountability. It's not the head nurse responsibility. So those that are being appointed, so it's not just about the appointees, it's about accountability. Let them be able to, you know, stand up and be able to be accountable for those tasks they are giving them. That when Mr. President called them and said, oh, such and such, you've been here for 2 to 3 months now. I want to see a report. You don't come and tell the president, oh, but president, it's not a time, yo. No, you should be prepared anytime, because when you are accountable for something, you should be prepared to, give report. So I expect our president to really hold people accountable for everything. Don't say, oh, there shouldn't be oversight. There shouldn't be, because I see Liberians, they need to be held over iron hand. So I'm really expecting accountability. And that is it.
So, Prank, you want to go? Then maybe I can come in.
Yeah.
Or you want me to go first? Are you working something?
Yeah. Please go.
Okay. Well, for me, my expectation, I think Joseph, Ellen Johnson administration, George Weah administration, the two administration, they had to go through certain things. Like Ellen administration went through Ebola, George Weah administration went
Mhm.
through COVID-19 and other issues. Ellen administration, right after Ellen administration, there was not much budget for the government, even though they have this United Nations thing, but there was a lot of struggle too. So they have their excuses. George Weah administration, they have their own excuses too. Even though they did their best, but we expect more from Joseph Boakai because his administration, this is the first time in Liberia that we have somebody where you can say, oh, because of this reason, because of that reason. He actually has something that we are looking forward to. It just depends how he start his administration and people he hire. He need to hire the right people. That's the number one thing that he need to do to make the country better. I expect better from Buckeye administration than Joshua administration or the LA administration. I expect road connectivity to be top thing on his list. I expect sanitation to be one of the big deal. These things, if you focus on them, electricity also, LEC, people complaining on that all the time. If you focus on doing these things, people come to your country, they feel comfortable. You'll see a lot of tourists coming to your country. Everybody coming, they stop in Monrovia is not good for Liberia. We need road connectivity. We need all country to be 6 years is a lot. Let's stop fooling our president, our leaders that, oh, 6 years is nothing. No, 6 years is a lot. So I expect a lot from the Buckeye administration because not many excuses right now. I mean, Judge, we are complaining that when he got in office, not much money. Ellen got in office, not much money. So he now got in office, there's something there. And he need to work from there to hire the right people to get things going. He needs to prioritize the things that our people need the most, things that will develop the country. You need to look at other countries like Rwanda, how they left from zero to quickly go up to certain level. So that's my expectation. I expect a lot from him.
Yeah.
That's it.
Um. Yeah. I mean, for me, yeah, implementation will be huge. I mean, the saying, he's so far saying a lot, and he's appointing people. For me, I feel satisfied with the appointment so far. I've been trying my best to follow each person that was appointed. It was not just the list of educational background, but they have worked in very top areas in the world. That some of the people I've seen so far, like I said, I'm trying my best to follow as many of the people he's appointing. If there was any red flag of anything, it's easy to find. So, but at the same time, he shouldn't get relaxed and say, "Oh, I've appointed the most qualified people. Let me relax." He has to be on them, and they have to be on the people that work under them too, 4 to 4. If I was president of Liberia, I want to call, each minister every time and say, "Hey, what's going on in your end?" If
Yeah,
I think every ministry and every autonomous agency should be making money for the
yeah,
government,
it should be
not
because
the other way around. If I was president and I'm traveling to New York, the only government official that will follow me are those who have connections in New York, that is going to meet the investors, going to meet diplomats and other people that will bring benefit to the country. And when we returning, I want to know, while we were there, what were some of the ins, and some of the gains you made that in the next few months, few years, we're going to have, rather than just carrying. I know President Barker just got in. He hasn't made his first foreign trip, but we saw after he won, there was a lot of people following him. I really hope that is not a case. Let he carry people on his trip that are going to make the difference on that trip, rather than just carrying. We saw in the previous administration, Georgia, when he was going to Israel, everybody, including Mr. Former Mayor, were all going, and they all go. All the photos we saw in Israel were they are the authors, are very authors.
Mr. Farmer Mayor.
Yeah, those are all wastes of time. You can go to Israel anytime on your own. You're making money in the government, right? I don't want as my me being president going to Israel so you must follow me. Mine going to Israel should have a purpose. Also, you know, because all the time I'm here now, I'm not president. I can go to Israel anytime. But my going to Israel should have a diplomatic purpose that bring relief to my country. The same way to other countries, the president going should have a purpose for going there that bring something. I argued with someone bitterly, and I was shamed at the end when they say, "What, Joe? We have spent so much time in Saudi Arabia, not Saudi Arabia, but where
Qatar,
Qatar." So
welcome.
he spent so much time in Qatar. I said, "You know what? There was a stadium that they built with shipping
Continue.
container, and they said they were going to demolish it at the end of the World Cup and donate it to a country." So I said, this guy, I said, the president cannot be spending that much time in Qatar for nothing. I said, I'm sure it's something like that he's pushing for. And maybe they're like, "Okay, stay around, we will talk." And that's why he's staying around. Only to find out later, nothing came after that. I wish that stadium, imagine they had donated that stadium. They built it to demolish it at the end and donate it, where they are going to carry it to another country and just set it up the way it is. You know, I was following closely, and nothing came back after, and I felt disappointed.
Yeah.
The president came to the White House, spent a lot of time, show he and Joe Biden watching soccer game. I was like,
Take
fuck
picture
me
with
on
the
the side
soccer
for a
jersey.
bit. And then when he went by, right before he went by was when the U.S. announced the compact program. Liberia, even though Liberia passed, but they didn't get anything. I was like, oh man. So I wish that I would pray that Joseph Walker foreign trips be a foreign trip that make a difference when he's returning. Just we had somebody foreign trip brought some good things back. But I pray that Joseph Parker own will double up. It will bring a lot more back. It will not just be a foreign trip to just go shake people here and come back. And those that will follow him must follow him on purpose, for a reason, not just because yeah, the president going to Israel, so let everyone go and we take picture by the altar. You can go there anytime. You don't have to go with the
But
president.
now that everybody answered, there's something I wanted to talk about. In case you guys don't know, I think Pray know the story already. Recently, Joseph Buckeye went to a graduation party, graduation, and a guy came from behind. He passed all the security and grabbed him from the back, pulled him back. Wow, how can the presidential security be standing there? But they always standing looking at the president instead of looking at their surrounding. What do you think? What do anybody have any opinion on that point? Do you want to say something about that? Because from my understanding, I think that we need better presidential security, because that was so embarrassing for a security to just come
That
from behind.
was,
So, but let
and
me give
it
my
was
point.
the
Let
same.
me give my point before we go to that. Let me give my own about the expectation of the government.
Okay.
I think my expectation would be for Joseph Walker to hold everybody accountable. Everybody need to be hold accountable for their position. That's it. He can bring in all the investment, he can bring everything he want to bring, but if you don't hold the people accountable, nothing is going to be materialized. He need to have a one-on-one interview with all the ministers every month to see how they are functioning, what they are doing, what kind of revenue have they bring to the table, what's going on. And if you cannot do the tax, he fire you and bring somebody else to do it. You make sure you get them warning and say, look, I have given you a chance. It's been almost 2 years, or 1 month now, 3 months, or what's, or 1 year. I have not seen anything produced. I have to replace you. He shouldn't miss the appointment of these people with friendship, with travelism, or anything. He has to be straight, honest, and work with them. That's what I have to say. Accountability is the most important thing. If he's checking with all these people, making sure they are doing their job, everything will be fine.
Yeah.
So praying, the question is, do you think the whole presidential security, are they hiring them based on friendship, or they go through real training, security training, and all of this? Thing you wanted to start first, Pray, you want to say something?
It's embarrassing. I don't know what the hiring process is, but it's very embarrassing. Just few years ago, it happened to Josh Weah. Somebody entered the president compound. Where were the security? And now for Joseph Walker, when you watch that video, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
All the security attention is on the president that he's surrounding. I mean, we did, our late security team, right? They said be vigilant. You always looking out. Why was every, I, I, but now they were supposed to be like, we suspended somebody.
No, they said something though. She said something in her press conference.
Okay.
She
Yeah.
said that this team, they have been moved somewhere else. Why the investigation? Why the person grabbed the
Good.
president? Yeah. So the new press. That's why I like the new press secretary, because she's doing her job. She came up to say that, but I was thinking, how these people get hired? Do they get real security training? Because even when we first came to the U.S., while we were in college, we were working as a security. And even at that little security thing that you are doing, the first thing they'll teach you is your surrounding. Even if you're working with somebody who is a VIP, you focusing more on way around. You don't have to be touching the VIP or be close to the VIP, because you care about the surrounding more then the people, because all the people that are going to shake that VIP hand, they should already be trained, and they should be, to know that there's no weapon on that. Their new focus now is around. But
Mm-hmm.
why were they security just looking at the president like Mumu? And somebody just came from behind, boom, grab the president like this and pull him behind. And then the funny part is they grab the president and throw the president on the side, and they go back again looking at the president.
No,
I saw that part of it.
Secret Service would detain you, question you,
Yeah,
do thorough investigation, and also there are charges for that.
yeah. Oh yeah,
You
that's
know,
a serious
then
crime.
it discourage anyone else that will want to do it in the future. You know, I hear some people, oh, that Unity Party man, so he was just excited, but still, he
Like
has
just
to discourage
excuses.
that because somebody could use that to hurt the president.
Yeah.
And the fact that you watch the video from the other angle where the guy actually leave, you see the entire security detail focuses on the president. Why are you focusing on is the president going to hurt himself? You are not focusing on the surrounding, and this guy moved through the crowd. It wasn't like
And
the president walking,
right
somebody just reach over and grab him.
Yeah.
No, he moved about.
He passed the
20
security
feet.
that was standing there.
Yeah, he moved 20 feet into the crowd, into the between security to reach the president. You know, so there should be more than I will really keep following that story to know what happened. And
lot of time you're supposed to have like all the surrounding security facing that way. Then you have maybe you have 2 or 3% or 4% guarding the president just in case something they'll pull the president away. But you don't have the whole security team, Mumu, just like this looking. I'm like, what's going on? My sis, you want to ask something? You know about the story? You want to ask something?
I actually did not see that, but that's what we're talking about, accountability.
Yeah.
You see? So it's not just about me being on a team. I should be able to perform. I should be able to be held accountable for my actions, for my duties. It doesn't matter if I did great or if I need improvement. Maybe they need to be trained. Maybe they need to be told their duties, their job description.
Yeah.
It's not for you to go rub hands with the president. It's not for you to go rub shoulders with the president. You're not his buddy. You're his bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So you're not just to be rubbing shoulder, but you have to be scanning the environment, knowing who's there. And that gentleman, what was his point of even doing that? He risked his life because truthfully, he could have gotten shot.
Yeah.
He could have gotten shot because that was the right thing to even do. It's not a place for them to say, oh, they'll arrest you, then ask you a question later. No, this is the chief of staff that you're touching. He didn't even go near him, but
he didn't even want to shake your hand. I say he pulled the man from behind. As if he were attacking.
Yeah.
That action alone could have been transmitted into so many things.
Yeah.
Like I said, he could have gotten killed if they were already paying attention because that's a ground to shoot.
Yeah.
That's
then you have our friend just pull him, throw him there, and they said we are back to business.
What?
And I was like, wow, this security is really crazy.
So, people need to be held accountable. It's not about you just standing there. Some people are so excited for those positions just for selfie, just for the name, just for the fame. Yeah. But like I said, there's a lot of responsibility that comes with position, and people need to be given their job description. Not only given a job description, but they need to be trained. We all know in America, even if you're a housekeeper, you have orientation.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Not only orientation, but you have job training. Can you imagine? You say, oh, how to go train me how to sweep? Yes, there's a special way to sweep. There's a way they want you to sweep the offices. There's a way they want you to arrange things. Not because you do it in your house a certain way, so it means you can't do it at the people's office. No, you have to be trained in a special way, and things have to be done in a special way. So accountability, job training. We all know in America, no matter how long you've been on a job, they still give you training.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
After 6 months, after whatever amount of time, depend on your job, your job, what their policy is. They still give training to refresh. To refresh, and that's the thing with Africa. There is no refreshment. People are in position for X amount of years. They are not being refreshed.
Yeah.
Just because this person has the credential doesn't mean he doesn't need refreshment. I'm a
Absolutely.
big advocate on refreshment. And I'm not talking about the drink or the little hors d'oeuvre. I'm talking about being refreshed in your area of work, because there are times you will get burnt out.
Yeah.
You need to be refreshed because that technology is changing, things are changing. Maybe there's a new technology out there that will assist me with my job. Maybe there's new information out there that will assist me with my job to make things even better, to enable me to be effective. But when you are not refreshed, when you're not going for seminars, when you're not going for workshop, how will you be refreshed?
Mm.
See, so security is one thing that really need refreshment. They
Mm.
need to be trained over and over. The tactics you got to know 6 months ago, you cannot continue applying those same
Yeah.
tactics, because
Yeah.
evil is building up. People just want to gain fame for foolish reason.
Yeah.
So
And you
the
see,
fact that go ahead, dear.
you see, I asked that question because it's the security area that I'm going to. If a president's security can be like that, then how about police? I mean, a president's security is the top notch, the last security in the whole thing. I think you wanted, were you trying to say something, my brother?
Yeah, I was just trying to say, I think the security is based on who you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's not based on what they can do and what they know. So they
that's
need
bad.
to they do the reform that whole security system. This
Mm-hmm.
is really sad because the president could have been killed or
Mm-hmm.
anything could have happened to him at that point. So they need to bring in new people, and the thing is that look, we know like African politics is all about old folks. It's really hard for them to bring in new people. They always see the same thing. If Joseph Walker move from there tomorrow, they think old folks will be there. It's only a few young people that have been given the opportunity to get in high level position. That security force need to be totally trained. All those guys that were there, if I were the president, they can't be a security on that particular team anymore. It doesn't matter who fault it was, because when the president go to church, everybody don't look. You get people to the back of the chapel. You
Mm-hmm.
get people to the door. You get people who is not in the church. They're in the car. They're sitting outside. You get people all over.
Yeah.
But
Yes,
all the security guys are to the front of the building. The same with the president there. So it's all about prestige. It's not about protecting the president.
that's what I'm
We
saying.
don't want security with prestige. We want people who will protect. You
Yeah.
even have people in the car who sitting in the car watching to see who will go in the church. Not all the security have to be in the church in the first place. So those are the things that we need to look at. It's not about prestige. So that's my own take. All those guys need to go. They need to bring fresh people, and they need to bring people who will be active and keep their eyes open. If you look at the president in the church, what do you see? You see everybody to the front. All the security are to the front standing looking at
Yeah.
the man.
Yeah.
People have to be outside in the car. People have to be to the gate. People have to
Everywhere.
be to the
People
back.
really have to wear plain
You
clothes
know,
that you don't even
yeah.
know they're
People
security.
have to be in uniform that people don't even know who
Yeah.
they are. The
Yep.
first thing you send 5 to 6 people to that church. They're all dressed up nicely that they come into church, but they not even know who they are.
Yeah.
Right,
They're there to
right.
see the people to check. So you don't know who is in the midst of the people. Let me
Yeah,
tell you, all the Peace Corps you can see in Liberia, some of them they're CIA, some of them they're FBI.
Oh yeah.
How the American government get that information?
Yeah.
You see, so that's what I have to take. But I gotta go. It's nice talking to you guys. I appreciate it. I
Yeah.
have to get some meeting done, but I will beat on the game. My sister, it's nice meeting you. I know the other two men there, so for you, I'm very grateful that I have the opportunity to
it's
learn
a
few things from you.
pleasure.
So thank you.
It's
Yeah,
a pleasure.
Jefferson.
We hope to see you again.
Yeah,
Yes,
Jefferson. I have to go to, but I
No.
think the topics you listed today are very interesting topic. But I think
yeah,
it should be show by show. Then we will have more time to talk
Okay.
rather than just put everything. I know this is the first
That's
show
true.
you are having,
Yes.
but you put everything together, and each of them are very important.
Okay.
We needed more time to talk each, and there's no rush. It's gonna be every week, right? We
Yes.
do every week each topic.
Mm-hmm.
Every week we touch on something,
Okay.
and it will make the show a success. So
No,
that's
no problem. I appreciate you guys too for coming. Yeah,
yeah.
thank you, Newton. Thank you, Prince. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my sister, for you. I'm even excited to have you.
Okay.
The,
Anytime,
the troublemakers, I know them very well.
anytime.
They are like my friends now. You know, we are buddy. But for you, I really love having you on the show. Thank you. I hope you come all
Anytime.
the time. I
Bye.
will do a show by show, like Prince said. I think that's a good suggestion.
Yeah,
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 and like you said, it's gonna be a weekly thing, so
yeah.
we're definitely gonna need things to talk about. So
Absolutely. And I'm
yeah,
open up for suggestions too. If you guys have suggestions,
of
you bring up
course,
something you want us to talk about, I'll do the show. I was
of
thinking 3 times a week, but I think that would be too much. So
yeah, let's
yeah.
start with the two. Then we
Huh?
can. I said we can start with twice a week. Then
Yeah, twice a week. Maybe Tuesday and Saturday will be like 2 good days.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
The Saturday is a laid back day. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
That'll
thank
be
you so much. I really appreciate you for coming. You know, I'm so excited because I'm your fan now. And I'm not just saying that because we are on the show, because you're a very supportive sister. And so tell my
Mhm.
friend, sorry, yeah, I keep you too long, man.
No, I told him. I said, Jefferson. I said Jefferson had asked me. He said, he didn't even wait for me to finish. Oh yeah, go live.
Okay, good. I'm happy. As long as you know they say happy wife, happy married, and happy husband, happy life too. So it's a
Yeah.
teamwork. So I'm very happy that
Yeah.
he was
And the
excited.
kids have been so good. They're
Yeah.
all in their own area. The elder one came from school. She's like, oh, like
Mom,
Christmas.
Mom is on TV.
You
I
won't believe
said,
what the girl did. In our living room, she put it on the TV. She
oh,
sent it to my mom. She sent it to my husband.
oh
She
my
sent it to
God.
all of the
Oh
That's why I
wow.
put
So
it on
that's
mute. I
good.
have to laugh.
I'm so happy. You'll be famous in your neighborhood or in your church. I see you on TV.
But she gave me a cup of I guess this is juice. She's
Mhm.
too much. My
Let me
daughter.
let me tell you this. The thing our Liberian TV platform has more followers than you think. People watch later, even if they're not watching live.
Yeah.
They're not, because weekdays, a lot of people working. But let me tell you this. One
Oh
time,
man.
there's this girl who told her uncle that she was sick. "Ah, I'm
Oh,
in bed." She was like, "I'm sick." And then I went to the Liberian community. They were having event there, so I went. I decided to go live. The girl 5 minutes ago, she just told her uncle how she was in bed sick. Well, guess what happened? The uncle, I started going live. She came on my thing. She was going, "Ah," she was partying. So, so the uncle saw her dancing. The uncle
oh,
told her, "So how you feeling now? I know you are such a like." Then she went back because she went far away from the party. She was like,
yeah.
"Yeah, uncle, I'm still here in bed." So the uncle said, "Don't lie. I just saw you on Liberian TV network." So anyway, it's one of
For
those
the
things
game,
where,
go for Jefferson.
yeah, it's one of those things where the uncle, hey, then she came to me, you just put me in trouble. You're Liberian TV network. So
I know.
we didn't play to laugh about it.
I
The next time,
know.
don't lie to your uncle when you know you're gonna
I
party.
know, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's good thing that you come on the show. I hope when you are ready for your business to show your business, because when
Yes.
you post it,
Getting ready.
I said once you are ready and we post your
No
design,
problem.
it will be great. But when you're ready, let me know. You are such a great person. I wish all Liberians were like this. We
Oh,
will keep our country going.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful, and it's a blessing to be. I have not been in Liberia so many years, so it's a blessing to be there today.
Yeah,
'Cause I know people
absolutely,
out there they're watching it, so
absolutely.
I'm so grateful. I'm grateful to be a Liberian. I'm grateful to be who God has made me to be. And
Yes,
like you said, we're going to be talking about other things. And I just pray that young women will be able to rise up and that would be able to take a stand for themselves. And not only just young women, but women in general. And I'm not trying to be sexist, even our young
yeah,
brothers, our young men, that God will empower them to be able to do,
Yeah.
you know, what God has given them the strength to do.
Yeah. I
And
would
like you, and I pray that you fulfill your dream.
I
Oh man,
will, I will, I will. I will just for people like you and our viewers, people that have been following us for a long time. I mean, we just reached 30,000 followers on YouTube. On YouTube in the Liberian community is a lot. On Facebook, I know it's easy for people to follow you, but on
yeah,
YouTube, I know it's so hard for many Liberians to follow because, especially those that are back home, they find
yeah,
that watching video on YouTube it costs them a lot of money. So
yeah.
um, so it's a good accomplishment to have that 30,000 followers, and we have people that have been following us since 2011 when we created the platform. And I ran into those people before. There's this guy who was running to me. He was like, Jefferson, Jefferson. And, you know, he's big. So I was like, oh my god, I didn't do nothing to him. And so because the person next to me, they was like, what did you do to that man? Woman, he calling you, running to you. So now, when I did that, the guy said, "I've been following you since 2011." It was one of the good things. So, but I'm grateful for people like you and a lot of people. So thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Always.
Let me know when people start calling you and telling you I saw
I
you.
know, right?
Uh,
I
all right.
I know. So thank you so much, my brother. Have a blessed one.
And you too.
All right. Bye
All
bye.
right. Bye.